Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the deepest What's for Dinner 300 live race reactions. And we got a different perspective from Ace Ross 949's perspective. He's currently at the track right now.
CMRunning.com for from Tucker, Georgia, Ryan Sieg.
So Ace Ross 949 will be at the track. He's at the track right now, so he's going to give us some first-person from a fan's perspective of this race. So that's one of the reasons why I'm wanting to do this stream because I've never, have this kind of experience before. Because Aerostine 49 is going to show us some first-person views of the race, so that's going to be fun to watch. So yeah, and if you guys don't know about what happened earlier today, I have a lost package on eBay. So yeah.
Starting 18th and number 8, fast push shots, Tracker Boat Chevrolet from Hendersonville, Tennessee, Josh Berry. Starting 17th, number 45, Clear Bridge Chevrolet from Cornelius, North Carolina, Stephen Larson. You'll start 16th and number 31, Bump Away Chevrolet from Rhinelander, Wisconsin, Parker Retzlaff.
Should be a great day. Should be a great night of racing. It'll be 300 miles. Mother Nature will not play in effect tonight. Thank goodness. All right. So, all right. So this race will start at 4 o'clock p.m. So 4 o'clock p.m. Central Time, which is 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Let me go ahead and turn on my camera for a minute. All right. So yeah, the race obviously hasn't started yet. I'm going to be watching it from my phone. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. Go ahead and check the YouTube portion of it, because when I tried this in my Super Bowl live game reactions, my audio wasn't working properly. So I want to see how it works. Working properly. Yeah, my voice is right now working just fine. So yeah, so far so good.
All right, race begin operation. Instructions are over. We need you to exit the grass area to the UNO's fan zone. Definitely. See the drivers on the brake trucks and get ready to cross over the gates. Leaving for the first exit to the grandstand. Again, at this time, please clear the grass.
All right. Okay. Go ahead and hook up my phone here. And great, my TV turned on. Great. Watch out. I have to watch the race on my phone. So when it comes that time at 4 o'clock p.m. for me, I'm gonna switch my phone over to Fox Sports 1. I'm gonna watch it from that angle towards my window. So I'm gonna leave my laptop up here pretty much the entire time and watch me from this angle right here the whole time. So yeah. Let me just put on maybe a little bit of background, copyright-free background music, which I know exactly what to put on. And by the way, the race hasn't started yet, guys. It has not started. So, yeah. All right. Okay.
building your relationship with the driver has with the spotter is really important. They've been working on that for months. There's nothing that I could be able to really tell them today that would help them. They've already prepared as much as they can. You hope that when they strap in there, they got to get it straight and make all the right moves. And when they move up, right, and there's some things that are on the track that are out of your control. But there's a lot of preparation that went into today for all of the cars and drivers that you see on this grid, and they're all ready to go.
Now there's new fans here that might not understand the magnitude. Winning this race can change your life. How do you explain that?
Yeah, I mean, you can't. It's like anything else. You can't explain fatherhood, getting married, all those things that happen to you in life that are amazing milestones until you live it. And hopefully one in the afternoon later, we'll be standing victory with one of our drivers, and then they'll get it. They'll understand.
Best of luck today. Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Okay. So let me just play some background music from the StreamYard side of it. Let me just go ahead and click brand. I'm gonna click some. Let me just turn that off real quick. I'm gonna play some. All right. All right, in about a few minutes, I'm gonna turn my phone over to FS1 side.
finished fourth here 4 different times. So, beautiful. You say we're here in Chevrolet, and
Absolutely. You feel like you're a little whippersnapper. You got there having a good time. That's just for everybody.
All right. $120 laps. They're going to be racing that here at Daytona for the Xfinity race. 120 laps.
Since he made the first Xfinity Series start, and I think obviously we just know how good this team is. That's all. We found each other
All
here
right.
today, and we worked together, and now we're gonna pray, we're gonna sing, and we're gonna fly. So let's go trackside for opening ceremony.
All right.
Daytona.
Here we go. After opening ceremonies are underway.
ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise as you are able and remove your hats as the.
What happened? What happened? Hold on. Oh, here we go.
If you pray with me. Heavenly Father, thank you for the amazing talents you've
There you
given
go.
each person here, for the prospering of all the hard work of all those involved in the race today. From drivers and crews to engineers and manufacturers to track personnel and to NASCAR's leadership. Bless them and all their work. Bless their families to your glory. Thank you for the great fans, and Lord, bless them as well. Father, we ask that you grant in your grace an exciting, fun, while keeping everyone involved safe race today. We pray all these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome from Daytona Beach, Florida, Kelly Quietek.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there.
for the land of the free. And the home of the brave.
Did you see how many people were on pit road? That's incredible. Getting ready to kick off the 2023 season. Ryan Blaney.
All right, getting ready to start in
On the other side
2023.
of the break.
You're spending all your time on a quest for a new job.
Okay, I'm going
But
to
you'd rather
the
be on a quest for dragons.
going to
You
the
need to like your
live
jobs to venture you.
race results. Hold on.
Racing here at Daytona.
Daytona, a place where things don't come easy.
Big crash.
When you drive the lap of your life, and history is earned. This is the 2023 NASCAR Xfinity Series on FS1.
Fox NASCAR is live in Daytona Beach, Florida. Daytona International Speedway, the season opener for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. You're watching the beef. It's What's for Dinner 300. Welcome into the broadcast booth, everybody. So good to have you with us. With two drivers that have won here, Ryan Blaney and Austin Dillon. I'm Adam Alexander. And not only have the two of you won here, you're third-generation racers. You understand the history of this place. What makes it so special, Ryan?
I think, like you said, it's the history of this place, especially on NASCAR's 75th anniversary. You come to appreciate it a little bit more. But I think personally for me, Austin, I think will say the same. We just grew up coming here. I grew up watching Dad race here for a long time, spent the whole week here with my family, and you come to appreciate it at a young age, and that just kind of grows with you over time.
Yeah, it's a second home for me. When I come through the tunnel, I just love being here. 1998, when Dale Earnhardt Sr. won, I get to take a picture.
All right, guys, they're all staying 49. He texted me a few minutes ago and said he'll be off and on the stream, so expect him to be back soon.
Yeah, it's hard to kind of predict, you know, even when we get asked those questions, like, I don't know how it's going to start and in the middle, see how everyone feels. You know, these Xfinity cars, they can push like crazy, you know, and the flat rear bumpers on them, they can really take heavier pushes than I think our Cup cars can. So you'll see people be really aggressive with that. Not locking, but being able to get big shoves. And I think you're going to see guys be really aggressive, maybe go up through the middle, and a lot of hard pushes, that's for sure.
Yeah, you see those slide jobs too. You know, those guys get those runs, pull out, and try and get back in line. Austin Hill does a really good job.
I'm looking forward to spending this afternoon with the two of you that know so much about success at this place. It's time to go racing here in Daytona.
Now, race fans, here to say the most about sports. Welcome to the narration of State Beef Council's Division Chair, Clark Price.
Race fans, are you ready for some racing? On behalf of the nation's beef farmers and ranchers, I welcome you to the Beef It's What's for Dinner 300. And eat some beef and drink some milk today. And drivers, start your engines! Go!
Right, time to turn them loose in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, the green flag, when we come back on FS1.
When you stay in a Verbo, the host doesn't stay with you. Privacy, vacation home. It isn't really a vacation, is it?
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables. But last week, I built a field hospital. I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time while I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Invention is an act of determination to go where you couldn't before. Achieve goals that once felt out of reach. That's why Honda engineers didn't just redesign the Pilot Trail Sport. They built the most off-road capable Honda SUV ever. The all-new Pilot Trail Sport, part of the Honda line of rugged vehicles.
It's not like the good old days.
It's not like the good old days.
It's not like the good old days.
Stop parroting everything. Instead, drink a Red Bull and think for yourselves.
Since when do you dictate what we do?
Exactly. You're not the boss of us. Power to the people.
Oh, well, individuality often complicates things.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Well, so yeah, I got the live results, all the standings or the live results all up. So yeah, this is the first NASCAR Xfinity Series reaction for 2023. So can't wait to get green flag ready and see what happens.
They call this the world center of racing. It's a special place.
And there they go. Wow, holy cow. That car was on fire. Big crash. Up and over.
Yeah, that was last year's wreck.
The win at Daytona. Come on, there's nothing better than that. That's where you do it, man.
doesn't get any better than this, racing at Daytona. I love this place. The history, the tradition. Will write another chapter here today with the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Our Fox weather, much cooler today than it was yesterday. And look at the flag, top right of your screen. Yes, it's windy. That could play a role in this race as well. So if you come to Daytona recently, you need to have the name Austin if you're going to win. I mean, just over and over, it's happening. Our man, Austin Dillon, got it done here in August. He also won the Daytona 500, 2018. 2022, Austin Cindric wins the Great American Race. Last year, it was all about Austin Hill in the Xfinity event. Unbelievable how this down. Austin, your buddy, starting on the pole.
Austin Dillon at the Fox booth, buddy. Just checking in. Looks like you got a fast finish Chevy. How you feel? Talking about you, but on a good show.
1 year ago, Austin Hill won. What's for back February this afternoon.
This whole clearing, some young guys in the field, definitely think the energy is going to be high. So we just got to keep our normal one foot and get super up front today. And green heroes in the Xfinity Series. Get that Xfinity hit, we'll try and chase W.
We're good to go. We're looking forward to watching out there all day, and best of luck.
Appreciate it.
Word from Austin and Brian. Now let's get to the rest of our Coleman Preston, our spotter, analyst. He'll work with Joey Logano tomorrow. Josh Sims is here, and so is the 2014 Daytona winner. Good afternoon, Regan Smith.
Oh, good afternoon, Adam, and it is a perfect afternoon for racing here at Daytona. Cole Custer, he has been a Cup Series driver the past few years. He is making his return
back to
the
Xfinity
Series today on a full-time basis, a series where he has enjoyed a ton of success. In 2019, the last time he was full-time, 7 wins en route to a second, or on to route to a It's all hype if we don't go out there and execute and do our jobs well. He said he is not overlooking anybody in this series. This series is absolutely stacked this season. Josh Sims?
Well, after racing, sports, and as you can imagine, a whole lot of changes for him. He says the only thing that's about the same is the color on his fire suit and on his car. But either way, there's a lot of transition and a lot of learning, but he feels good. And his biggest advantage, he says, is now he's got more teammates in Junior Motorsport. Chevy.
Yeah, happy birthday to Brandon Jones. Hey, Elson, I sure am ready for you.
Spotters really look forward to. We're involved throughout the race. Every inch of the in the racetrack we're involved with. The driver I want to spotlight today had a lot of recent success. Sam Mayer was inches away from his first win at Talladega. I'm looking for him
to, you know, find that extra little bit, review and film through the off season. I look for him to be a threat. And by the way, he has a 4-time winning spotter with Kevin Hamlin with him, who most recent had Xfinity success with Justin Haley. So look for that one car to have success today. It's an open field. Can't wait to bring it to you guys. Thank you.
You might not win this race on the spotter stand, but you could lose it there if you don't have the right person calling the shots. One more break before we go green here at Daytona.
Give me some data.
All right, well, last commercial break, and for every commercial break, I'm gonna put on some music.
So this is one of the more fun ones to play with.
Florida, even though it is a bit cool, it should be awesome weather here tomorrow for the Daytona 500. Xfinity cars start coming here in 1982.
Well, we go on green flag next time.
For the 63rd time. And let's check out our race analysis.
By the way,
beef is what's for dinner.
Sponsored by the Hershey's Kisses and a Starburst.
So we go 30 laps and 30 laps, and then a 60-lap run to end it. Pit road speed, 55 miles per hour. But look at that pit window.
Oh, no, never mind. As long as it's on green. Okay.
You don't want to compromise your place in the draft.
Yeah, that's completely right. You know, I mean, the first two stages, you know, you don't have to make a stop. You can make it. But that last stage always gets interesting in this race. You know, if it goes green, when do you stop? Who do you stop with? You need a group of cars to stop with you. You know, and you see it in every race, really. You saw the duels in the first duel. You know, there's kind of a mixed group, and then one group can really pull away from the others if they have a bad stop. So that's something to look forward to towards the end of this race.
Yeah, and not making mistakes when you do have to hit pit road. Like we talked about some of the young guys in here, hitting pit road at Daytona is just different. There's such a big runway there that you're trying to get slowed down to. You can't make a mistake because it'll just take you out of any shot you have to win at the end of this thing.
And coming to pit road in the pack of the draft is way different than if you made a pit road entry run by yourself in practice. You're going way faster. Your braking points aren't the same. I've done it before. You know, you make your practice run, you know, coming to pit road by yourself, and then you get the race like, oh, I'm way too deep for my brake park. So that's going to be big for these new guys.
Yeah. Regan, what's up with Jet Burton?
Well, you guys talking all about pit road. The one time you definitely don't want to be on pit road is before the race. That's exactly what just happened to Jeff Burton. A dead battery on the number 27 car. They had to come change that. Looks like they got it all fixed and all taken care of. Josh?
We got some trouble for your pole sitter, Austin Hill. They've been having some severe radio issues, a lot of static, especially when they get to the back side of the track. So they're going to come in and try and fix it. They said, just relax, let's get this thing fixed and make sure it's right for the race.
Uh-oh.
Now, will he have to give up his starting position there?
Well, I would guess
if he can
this
get it
could be deemed a safety deal, right?
Yeah.
And typically, if it fits into the safety category, then maybe they'll let him have his spot back. Well, I don't know. What do you see him working on here? I think they're just changing the radio.
Yeah.
Just switching it out. You know what's interesting about this?
I'm talking to him.
He can't hear
Yeah, it
us.
seems like there's a lot more than the actual radio itself. There's wires and harnesses. You see along the right side of your headrest. All that stuff can kind of come into play if you're having bugs like that. And a lot of them, beginning of the year, they got
21 of Austin Hill because of having to make that pit stop and change out that radio. Will have to start the rear. Qualifying will have to start in the back for this race.
onto the track. Justin Allgaier qualified inside the top 10 earlier today, looking for his first Daytona win.
Welcome to 2023. Get this party started in the right manner. Done a heck of a job all off season. Thank you for welcoming me with open arms. Let's have fun in
Looks like we're about to go green.
The front row is an inside line. We'll just move forward. We'll just the inside of the front row. Right. Parker Kligerman. Two veterans that are back in the Xfinity Series.
Cole Custer and Justin Allgaier.
In 2023. Back and enjoy the race.
Here we go. Whoa, big stack up.
All team cars working together in an outside lane. Big machine for Parker Kligerman, affiliated with RCR. You got Sheldon Creed, who drives for RCR. And then the College cars of Henrik and Chandler Smith.
Here comes Cole Custer on the inside.
In that outside lane.
Yeah, that's the Chevy Alliance that you see up top right there, and it'll be fun to watch them work together. We've seen the College cars really work well together here in the past. I think you get in there with Big Machine and RCR, they should be able to control this race when it comes to the Chevys.
And you see Allgaier wasting no time. That's the bad thing about having really only two Fords at the front with Custer.
Yeah, Mike.
Cole had no help.
Yeah,
Justin
says.
out there, we talk about
Yep.
that.
Right now, my
And that's something that Cole
standings count thing is working. So
not many blue ovals
right now,
Don't look now, but that
Allgaier
21 has been
leading.
coming on the top pretty fast, I believe, on the third lane. It's already made up a ton of ground. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. I was looking at the wrong car. It was a blue car. It was coming fast.
Second place, John Hunter Nemechek driving the 20 for Joe Gibbs Racing. Back-to-back years in the Craftsman Truck Series for Kyle Busch.
all right.
Enjoyed plenty of success there. And racing here at Daytona, a place where his father won twice, the 92 Xfinity Series.
Byron Nemechek, look for him to be a threat to win races this season.
I'll be curious. We sometimes we'll see the top lane get big momentum. It's the top's kind of migrated up there for whatever reason. That's just kind of the way these play races go. But I feel like a lot of times you get settled in on the top, which is a longer distance, but you kind of get a good run down the straightaway. But the bottom just kind of keeps creeping forward, and then the leader on the top never goes and blocks the bottom. And they're just kind of content in the top train. I'd love to tell you why that is. As you see, Justin actually made a good move to block the bottom, but you'll see these surges all day from the middle, top, bottom lane, kind of go forward and back, and that is all about how aggressive the top 3-4 cars in that lane want to push and kind of get momentum, and you'll see that kind of play all day.
Yeah, and as we go green longer, the handling starts to become an issue, and that's another reason that top line seems to be able to allow cars that aren't handling as
Junior
well
Motorsports
to be able to
cars.
hold on in the pack. The guys that have a handling setup seem to be able to run that bottom a little bit longer.
Ooh.
Hemrick sliding down to the inside. That car in the middle, the 10 of Justin Haylett, started 15th, but has worked his way inside the top 10 in the early going of this race. A two-time Daytona winner in the Xfinity Series. Also won a cup race here.
Yeah, Justin Haley is one of those guys you just see at the front of speedways when it matters. He understands positioning and how to get there.
The 21's creeping right through the middle here. That was kind of the opening he needed, right? If you kind of can get 3 wide and 3 lanes, the middle was pretty good. I've always enjoyed. You don't see the middle much now with this new car that we run, but the middle was always really inviting with the older car. A couple years ago, you could really make time up and then kind of shut guys to the bottom. And the middle kind of looks like it's stalled right now, but I always thought that was a great lane, especially in these cars too.
Austin Hill plus 23 to start this race. They had radio problems.
Underneath to the outside there.
Could have done it before we rolled. So, no problem. It's not a big deal. We're good. We can be the show here. We're good.
It's definitely going to be the show for a while.
Yeah, that's confidence. I love it. He's been really good at these speedways, and you can hear it in his voice.
Another crew chief in the garage told me this morning, he said when I walked in and fairly early in the inspection process, I saw they were through clean and parked in the garage. I knew we were in trouble. I admit that car is really, really fast.
I'll be curious to see what Hemrick does here. He's kind of like playing like, do I go to the middle? Do I not? Do I get in front of my teammates? He's kind of been playing both lanes, and I'm really kind of curious. I think his time has passed. They're gonna get through the middle, but
look at that middle.
It's always interesting. Yeah,
that middle lane, you just get a little bit from each side, and every now and then you get those huge runs.
3 wide.
It's a little free right there through the middle of 3 and 4.
That's beautiful.
We're rolling here.
The middle was always the toughest, I think, as far as handling.
Yeah.
Like you're in the worst
buffer zone.
The buffer zone is crazy, so you got to have your car driving good if you want to go through the middle, but you have your hands full through there.
And these guys really haven't been in a pack like this yet with these cars, so they'll be able to adjust once they get to that first stop, but it's getting to that first stop to make that adjustment is the challenging part.
Yeah, I would say 6-7 cars in the draft is the most that we saw yesterday, and very little side by side. On board with Austin Hill, working his way to the front. That car's fast, Coleman.
Yeah, it is. He's up here now. We're at a point where his teammates are right above him in the 48, the Alliance car.
Look at that, Austin Hill, man. He could be a threat to knock you back.
One thing I want to bring up
just
right
like Zane Smith
with that
last night.
3-wide race, it diminished the bottom lane. That's something you got to keep in mind. The further that middle lane gets towards the front, the less the bottom lane has to open the wheel upon exit, which gradually brings it back. Now that
is that Bailey Curry?
Again, they're back side by side.
What happened?
Some smoke off the 4 of Bailey Curry.
Yeah, that is Bailey Curry.
Our first caution of the afternoon. 7 laps complete here at Daytona.
Yeah, the engine blowing on the 4.
4 full time for JD Motorsports. John Hunter Nemechek. On the scoring pylon, scored as the race leader. Allgaier up there as well. Herbst, Haley, Custer, your top 5.
All right. First caution already. Bailey Curry's engine has blown.
Get to stay here all weekend.
When you stay at a Verbo,
I found it in the dark.
the host doesn't stay with you.
It looks exactly like the picture.
Because without privacy in your vacation home,
It's a full-on cabin, guys.
it isn't really a vacation.
The old pilot trails on the line.
All right. More Starburst candies. I always thought I wish I ever ran a Starburst thing. I don't know. All right. Now, listen to this pure can opening sound. Yep, that's how you could crack open a twist up. You could get these at Walmart.
As drivers square up for a chance to capture the prize at the finish line today, you can capture your own prize from Wendy's. Grab your phone to scan the square for a chance at great prizes. This is Squaring Up, sponsored by Wendy's.
Noah, what are you doing? Aren't you supposed to be in the race car?
No, Mikey, that's tomorrow. I got hungry. I'm here in Daytona. Got to get ready for the race. So I had to come find the beef right here at Winter Square, middle of Daytona.
We've been looking for the beef. We're hungry. Can we join you?
Well, don't you guys have a job to do?
We are supposed to be on TV.
No, how about this? You don't tell, we don't tell. Our little secret.
I'm good with that.
So, Mikey, what if our bosses find out?
Let's take on Dave's singles.
And surprise. All right, then. Cheers.
That's quite a threesome right there, huh?
That made me hungry.
Wow.
Yeah, me too.
We're going to get some Wendy's up here in the booth.
Yeah,
Well, there
Wendy's.
you get it. It's right here in the infield at Daytona.
There's a Wendy's literally a mile away from
Double
me.
cheeseburger for
Not a
you.
mile, but less than a mile.
Square patty, man. Revolutionary.
We did have a few pit stops and a lot of fuel only. And as we're one to go, we're going to get to choose here. And a reminder
Yeah,
to
here we go.
everybody, we're not doing to choose. It's speedways. I mean, everywhere but road courses, right?
Yeah, currently everywhere. So this is a big deal. You know, you'll start to see the Chevys line up and different strategy with the manufacturers. I mean, the Fords, they got a couple here and there that can break them up. So it'll be interesting how they use that later in the race.
What about those pit stops, Regan?
Out of the 0-0, Cole Custer and teammate in the 98, Riley Herbst. They both stopped for fuel. Strategy play for both teams there.
Yep.
Both cars pretty decent right now. Cole Custer is just a little bit tight. Riley Herbst just a little bit light when he's light with the back of the car when he's getting pushed.
I think they're adding some packer in that car or something. They also put 4 tires last time the 19 was on pit road.
Maya Snyder driving the 19 today. And he's got 6 or 7 starts this year, but won't be in it again until Portland this summer. So a long wait for him. He'd love to win today, and that'd make that off time much easier to live up to, right? You don't want to take a big break when you're coming off a tough run. Let's hear from Justin Allgaier in the 7.
Going back to racing.
If we do get back out for us, I have the ability to kind of lead all lanes, but on the other side of it, like you said, it's so early. Like I'm not trying to get myself ranked either, but I feel really good about the ability to kind of lead whatever lane I need to lead here.
Yeah, you know, I think what he's talking about for, you know, everyone watching, leading all lanes, like, you know, you'll see kind of the air bubble block, right? You'll see Justin pull up in front of the top lane, get a push from them, pull down to the bottom lane. He kind of can control that. Something we used to be able to do in our cars, and now we just can't do that anymore. So the bubble push is, I think, still there a little bit in these Xfinity cars, and I think that's what Justin was really confident in, which means he has a super fast race car.
Yeah, and the ability to hook the wheel left to right to make those moves. So his handling is probably pretty good too.
Restart comes as we complete lap 11 here at Daytona.
Here we go.
That was a lot smoother start than the initial one.
Yep.
See Clearman hooked up.
Clearman with a
right
push
to the
from
20.
giving a push to John Henry Nemechek.
Organized. They seem to be
3
a lot
wide
tighter, and I
Boston
feel
Hill
like
there.
they're
There's your boy Austin going right to the middle, wasting no time. Allgaier gets a nice shove in that bottom lane, jumps up alongside Nemechek. Haley in the 10 coming fast in the bottom lane.
And it's amazing to watch that 21 get to the front here on these speedways.
I mean, the 21 starts in the back. The 10 starts 15th. In this first restart, just past lap 10, they share the second row. Those Chevys are fast. One from RCR, one from Colleague.
Yep. And you see Austin Hill not be content anywhere he's at. He's taking every run that he gets, and that shows, you know, experience, confidence, speed in your car. You know, he's not content with pushing anybody. He's moving around, taking the momentum where he needs it. That's what's got him into fourth.
Some three-wide racing here. It's great to see. It makes for an exciting race. You can see the different lanes are gaining that momentum at different times.
Give some love to a couple of drivers in that outside lane. Anthony Alfredo driving the 78 for BJ McLeod. Great qualifying run earlier today.
Brandon Jones.
And he's getting drafting help from the man that won the truck championship 5 years ago, Brett Moffitt, pushing him in the 25. We mentioned it earlier, Austin Hill plus 34 since the start. If you weren't with us, qualified on the pole, had a radio problem, had to change the radio into pace laps, thus he drops to the rear, but he has served notice. That Chevy is really, really good.
It is, and John Hunter Nemechek as well. He's been leading this race out front with literally no help, truthfully, and doing a good job of it, so his car's strong.
What's the update on Austin Hill, Josh?
Yeah, and as you guys talked about, Austin Hill having to go to back at the start of the race because of those radio troubles, but right now making some headway. He's riding through the middle right now. He said he's not bad, a little bit darty there. But he said as far as rideability is, he's pretty good right now.
Starting to see another
good run. Yeah, Hemrick picked it.
Wow.
Got right to the top from the middle, then was able to carry a bunch of momentum down into 3. And now we'll see how fast the Hemrick's car is leading a lane. He hasn't really led a lane today. So we'll see if Kligerman can give him some good shoves and then kind of see where that top goes.
You know, Hemrick started on the pole here last year, won the first 2 stages. And they felt like they had the car to beat.
This is an Allgaier.
He thought he had a
Now
tire
front
going
here for a
out, had to
bit.
make an unscheduled pit stop. And once he lost his position at the front, really could never get it going. Eventually caught up in a crash. So maybe today he can find some better luck.
That's been some hard racing early.
Yeah, it really
kind of
has.
surprised me how hard they're racing early, which is great. Everyone's ready to go.
Halfway through the opening stage.
The 9 car up front too, Brandon Jones, and a switch to the manufacturer this year. He's up there learning about his new car and doing a good job right in the middle. I mean, like we talked about, it's a tough place to be, and he's doing a good job pushing the 21.
So entertaining watching Nemechek and Allgaier go back and forth. The side draft, out front, pull them back. This is really good stuff at the front of the field.
This is a pretty cool move by the 20 there. He
Yeah,
really went up the track into turn 1, swept down to the 7
and
store.
Allgaier.
The 7 doing it back to him.
Side drafting
They're
wars.
just chasing each other. No one can clear each other. You know, they can't get the energy from behind them to kind of complete that side draft. You know, you can lay air on the quarter panel with somebody, but if you don't have help behind you to complete it, they're just going to lay right back on your quarter panel. So that's been kind of funny to watch them just go back and forth without anyone being able to get an advantage. I'll tell you what's impressed me. The 7, the top is way tighter than the middle or bottom, and the 7's been able to really was able to hold the 20 at bay for a while. So that shows me that Allgaier's car, you know, he believes in what he's saying, and he can control really any lane he wants to.
I mean, I truly don't have a favorite
Yeah, he's
Xfinity
throwing that
or
line
least
well
favorite
right now
Xfinity
with
driver.
not
I just, you know, cheer for all.
38 is Ryan Sieg. He's out of the Ford camp and someone that could be a player really, really good in the draft, regardless of where we go. Nearly won Atlanta last summer. So good when we race at Talladega, and certainly here at Daytona.
It just shows how quickly you can go backwards. You know, Kligerman took a run, got Hemrick in the middle, kind of snooked
Daniel
him
Hemrick's
there, and
falling
Hemrick
back.
is falling back quickly. So,
But if I had to choose a
always
favorite,
thought
it would
the
be
biggest
Brandon
thing
Jones or
in
John
this
Hunter
race
Nemechek.
is like protecting your right rear
Maybe
quarter
Brandon
panel.
Jones.
That's really easy to give up, and Kligerman was able
I
to
think
get a
Brandon
good run
Jones,
at
he'll
that
probably
hole
be my
and
favorite.
Just see how rapidly Hemrick now has to go back to work to find himself back up to the front.
13 laps to go in our opening stage here at Daytona International Speedway. Justin Allgaier up front with Haley, Nemechek, Hill, and Kligerman. We'll stay with you here as we go side by side.
It's called the birthplace of speed.
All commercial breaks mean music time. Daytona 500 is tomorrow. And I won't do it on the live stream tomorrow. I am going to be watching the family tomorrow. Or maybe Sheldon Tree. He may be one of my favorites as well.
Now with 2.9% financing for 72 months, get an average $10,207 in finance savings on almost popular models.
Like we're only paying for what you think. You gotta go get it.
Oh no! Oh, an Oregon ball. Who is that? Oh my God! Daniel Henrik is the ball. Who is that? Who is that crashed?
After the events of Elimination Chamber, who remains on the road to WrestleMania?
Oh man!
Flair goes face to face with a WrestleMania opponent, Rhea Ripley. An all-new Friday Night SmackDown, live at 8 Eastern, 7 Central on Fox.
Here's one more chance to catch all the action at the famous 2-mile oval at Auto Club Speedway. Get your tickets now at AutoClubSpeedway.com.
Who is that?
Caution
That's
is out.
Blaine
It's not
Perkins,
to go
I believe.
Stage one. You saw it while we were side by side. The AMR safety team.
That's
is
Daniel
there
Hemrick.
with Blaine Perkins, who sits
Yeah, that's
idle in
Blaine
the grass.
Perkins involved. Daniel
He and,
Daniel Hemrick's
Hemrick
involved.
both running inside the top 15. You saw the damage for Hemrick. We'll try and repair that. Let's go back and see what happened from high above.
What happened here? Oh, okay. It's hard to tell.
Like the one
with Sam Mayer, and then got into Blaine Perkins, but I'm not sure. That's just a.
Daniel Hemrick, who we just talked about before the break, was up there and got.
Oh, okay. The one was trying to side jump the 07, and then the 07 kind of came down just a little bit and got into Daniel Hemrick.
If you're the 11, it just seemed like Sam was a little indecisive there, and then chose to go to the middle and got into the 07.
Oh, wow.
Perkins going to be done for the day.
Yeah, Perkins fine. Just pissed the hell off. Sorry about that, guys. That's just stupid.
Yeah, that's a tough spot. That spot at 4. I think that's like the worst handling spot on the racetrack.
And he's done for the day.
Kind of washing up
Blaine,
on 4.
Sam Mayer.
As you see,
Daniel Hemrick.
Unfortunately, going to the garage, done for the day.
Tough break for Daniel Hemrick, man.
Off of 4, and then when you have a car really close to your left rear, and then trying to get 3 wide, that just makes your hands wet. Then when he touches you, obviously you're gonna spin out. But it's already enough problems over there, and unfortunate that a couple guys got taken out.
A couple early problems is going to set up a little shootout to end stage 1 here. We're going to have down inside 8-7 laps to go. So this will be an entertaining way to finish the stage.
And some good drafters up front, man. Justin Haley's made his way to the front. We talked about him winning here, and Austin Hill. So it's going to be fun to see what Justin Allgaier does up front.
We'll see who decides to try to flip the stage, too. I think you'll have some guys
maybe flip it. And, we'll find out when we come back.
Blaine Perkins around. Gets in the Daniel Hemrick.
It's the NASCAR Xfinity Series racing here at Daytona. The caution is out. Blaine Perkins and Daniel Hemrick both done for the day.
Out for the day. 2 cars out early. Jeez, we're already an hour into the stream. Good Lord.
In the town where I was born, lived a man who sailed to sea.
They wanted that track position. They wanted to stay out. It's what you see down there.
He decided to go ahead and get 4 tires right there. Of course, earlier in the race, they came in, took fuel, and we're trying to play a strategy, I think, right now. Kind of similar deal. Get the tires when you can. And the one car is Sam Baird. He's been very quiet on the radio.
Old Custer's in the paint
we saw on the racetrack, they came in for
it's
fuel
good.
only.
For the
to try
Xfinity
and
Series,
make it
it's
to the
decent.
next stage. Josh?
Well, Brandon Jones in the 9 came in for tires and fuel, not where he wants to be, so he wanted to get ahead of the game and get those tires and fuel to help him out.
And I like that play. You know, if you don't have the track position now, why not come and get your 4, restart up at the front of the field, you know, and at the stage break. So I don't mind that play if you were outside the top 10 or something like that. I think that's a smart move. Fuel window today is right around 45, 47 laps, and that really shouldn't come into play until we get into that final stage.
Man, a big sunset there behind the grandstands. Gorgeous.
And we were talking about that earlier, but that's way down the road before we'll have to figure on that. How is doing the choose at the super speedways change things?
I'll go back to green next time.
Our duel, we didn't
roll.
have to choose, so it'll be interesting, and you'll be communicating with your spotter and your teammates as much as possible, especially late in the race. I mean, you're trying to get any advantage to get that jump and try and get cars out front, block 2 lines if possible.
Yeah, it's going to be – that's interesting, you know, because you're going to be conflicted, I feel like, on, okay, do I
line up with my manufacturers, my teammates? Do I give up a row or two, to line up with my guys? That's going to be some tough decisions. You obviously want to find those people, but convincing myself at least to give up like 2 rows to get lined up, I don't know. So I'll be curious to see how that plays out come tomorrow.
I mean, forever in the past, you kind of, if you had 2 guys out front, you played where, the top guy would get down in front of the bottom guy, or you'd figure it out together once you got out there. But
all right,
now you don't have to do that. And will it actually be better this way, or does the old way the best way?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like only 5 laps to go until the end of stage 1 when you get back to the line. So should be fun ending to the stage.
Going to be 5 laps to go in the stage. How about Jeff Burton? His dad, Ward, won the Daytona 500 in 2002. Had a battery issue before the race, but he has rallied up to the front. One of those drivers that elected not to pit there.
Jeff's a Speedway racer too. He won Talladega.
Yeah.
So seems like those guys that run good at these speedways find their way to the front. Tuck those belts one more time.
Allgaier and Haley front row. Second row, Hill and Smith. Nemechek and Burton also up there. When you look at the first 3 rows, 5 to go, stage 1. We're off and rolling once again.
Oh, here we go. Allgaier, Haley.
21 did a pretty good job of just giving that light push to kind of get that momentum going. 16 was like aggressive, gave a big bump to 7, shot him out there. But now they're kind of evened out, so it's the next car to get to the leaders.
Yeah, you see the 10 get tight on the 7's quarter panel, and that slows him down. Wow. But it also was good for Justin because it brings the bottom lane.
Justin Allgaier, I've noticed him side drafting.
It's never a bad thing if you get side drafted like that in certain occasions because it can actually bring your lane to you and kind of help you out. But Austin Hill, I mean, he's
Justin Haley to the lead now.
I think he's going to win the stage.
I almost feel like that push was a setup, wasn't it? I mean, if I push him out there and eventually put myself in position to go up there, get the lead, and the win the stage. 4 to go.
Yeah, Justin Haley's about to have to make a decision here.
It's getting a little dicey there at the front.
Yeah.
Nemechek getting the
Austin Hill.
Crossover 21 down low. Slides inside of Haley. There goes Austin Hill from the back to the front.
Yep.
Couldn't pull it off, though. Didn't have enough momentum to clear the 10 and was able to get slowed down. But Justin was there to the rescue, and it looks like he's going to get cleared to lead.
Yep. Ryan, it's like you saw that coming. That was impressive from the 21 and Mr. Blaney there on that call. Still a long way to go. 4 to go.
Long way to go.
4 to go.
I'll be curious to see how the 21 can lead now. We saw you have a fast car coming from the back.
Ooh,
contact
man.
there.
Contact.
Haley and Allgaier. The Justin's getting connected.
Those are the things that amaze me about racing at Speedway.
Jeez, Austin Hill throwing the blocks. Wow.
Both are all successful.
To know that that's going to happen. That's a car length back on the 10. It's hard for him to see that. But they're aggressive. I love it. It's good for us.
Keep in mind as you watch this, Haley not running for points. Everybody else is. So a stage win gets you a playoff point that you can carry throughout the playoffs. And it's 10 stage points to the winner, 9 for second, and so on throughout the top 10. So you want all the points you can get in this situation.
All right, 2 to go. Justin Allgaier to the bottom.
Well, they're dicey.
Man.
This is what makes that 21 good last year, his ability to lead those lines and move fluidly and toe a line.
Yeah, I mean, he did a great job here last
Those
year.
Chandler
He did a great job in
Smith.
Atlanta last year. He does a really good job, he and his spotter, of communication, and timing and things like that. And it's really paying off today. And that takes time, It takes time to kind of get comfortable with distance and judging runs.
Cars.
You see he's going to block
Austin
his
Hill
top
to
lane
block.
here and
Chandler
get a
Smith.
shove from them, a little
Chandler
energy.
Smith honestly should have gone to the bottom.
Such a good job at doing that.
Chandler Smith should have gone to the bottom there.
16, I want Chandler Smith, first Xfinity racer in Speedway, doing a good job up there, and those colleague teammates are already together.
By the way, Daniel Hemrick, the third car from Team Collick.
I understand working with
from
teammates.
The care center after that incident. A few laps to go. Final lap, stage number 1. Austin Hill from the back to the front. Right behind him, Chandler Smith, Justin Hall.
Great job by Austin Hill for making those moves.
Of Jeb Burton, and right behind
That's
him,
what makes him really good.
Josh Perry, the 8 is strong. And Sheldon Creed there in the 2, he actually pitted. Yeah. So he's in a little bit better position strategy-wise than these guys.
Woo.
Yeah, his ability to flip the stage and already get track position should put him out front after this stage.
Yep. Oh, look at Chandler Smith. Woo! Goodness.
Thank you.
That was about as late as you could do it without getting
Yeah.
turned.
Here we go, coming to the checker clock. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? It's going to be Austin Hill.
Stage 1, give it to the 21 of Austin Hill. Man.
That was a heck of a finish.
Great finish to stage 1.
21 was going to get caught middle there. Yeah. I thought he was too late, and that's about as late as you could do it, pulling down in front of the 7.
I think the 7's coming up to let him know.
4th career stage win.
Austin Hill has done it.
All of them on drafting tracks, but this is the first time he's done it here at Daytona.
Wow. What a great way to end off stage 1, folks. Let's get ready for the start of stage number 2. It'll be another 30-lap shootout. So, man, what a race. Yep, they're up at the stage. Laps have already been reset. All right. So right now, Austin Hill won stage 1. Justin Allgaier 2nd. Chandler Smith 3rd. How is Justin Allgaier in 2nd? Didn't Chandler Smith get 2nd? I don't know. Chandler Smith should. Yeah, Chandler Smith in 2nd. I got to throw.
contact with Justin Allgaier.
Yeah, that was, the 10 was trying to come down and side draft, and Justin was also wanting to come up inside draft. So that happens actually, like, they just don't hit each other because a lot of times you have the same ideas and you just
It's going to be a mixed bag here on track. There's some drivers that have Austin Hill. And you're with Josh.
Acer Osprey is back.
Other than that late move, and speaking of that late move, the 7 of Justin Allgaier happened his car as well.
Oh, we have a feud already happening in the start of 2023. Austin Hill and Justin Allgaier.
Side drafting very well. He's having some trouble switching like
It stops concluding here for a majority of the lead.
Brandon Jones, no tires.
It stops complete here on lap 33, working caution number 3 of the evening. As drivers elected to come down pit road, others decided to stay out. Reset the margin for you in a
I'm impressed by Austin Hill.
Come to the checkered 3 and 4. Should have went block the 16 better than I did. Then when he got to the outside, I went to go down to. So I really appreciate that from him. That'll tell you later in the race. If he's got something going on, I got to return the favor probably. So really appreciate that. I could end our night early, but really fast. Chevy, like I said. It was fun driving up through the field.
Ooh, Fury between Austin Hill and Justin Allgaier.
Sponsoring that onboard camera and giving us some great perspective. Austin Hill wins stage 1. It's his teammate Sheldon Creed who will lead us.
One Cave is the top comedy podcast in the world, hosted by best friends and stand-up comics.
How do you travel for work?
Every week, they get
Living in
together
hotels and out of my.
You're going to be in the NASCAR experience on Sunday at 12 p.m.
It's a tire on fire.
To find a job
Yeah.
tells me what I'm really looking for. To be home for good.
News says Jen's struggling. I've got news for you.
I've saved lives. Well, I go to school full time while I work full time.
Yeah, the racing's so more so really fun to watch. It's not a big. line. Beef, it's what's for dinner.
Riley Herbst is part of the mix, and last year's winner, Jeremy Clements, going to restart on row 3 with Ryan C.
We talk about the 21 being fast, the 2-car teammate. I'm curious to see what Sheldon Creed's going to like.
Sheldon Creed to the lead. The outside line of the race are very disorganized. Now, here comes Sam Mayer. Creed's inside the lead. Here comes Jeremy Clements down. It is Sam Mayer.
Really get in line here. Decision when that run comes to the bottom and the top.
Oh, look at that.
Riley Herbst sliding back into a tight window.
Still too wide. Look at Sam Mayer. He's going to try to move up.
Two very distinct lines. You've got the line at the bottom of the racetrack, you've got the line against the wall, and now those on the line sliding to the right to the side.
He's racing been really good. Austin Hill. Sam Mayer still leading. Once we're starting to fall back there just a little bit.
Jed Burton pushing.
Whoa! Whoa!
Things getting dicey.
Oh!
And
There they go. Allgaier.
Justin Haley got tagged by that, I think.
Oh, wow.
Fourth caution of the day. Third for a problem on track.
Be interesting to see where this started.
45.
Stephen Parsons driving the 45 in for 6.
What happened there? That was wild. Oh, it's Street. Oh! So it looks like Justin Bieber went close to Solid Street a little bit too hard.
Fuck you, I'm staying out here. Y'all do the fucking time, I'm staying.
That was crazy.
There's a damaged vehicle policy here at NASCAR. They seemingly have so much time to get these cars repaired to be able to go back out to the racetrack. And if they cannot get the car repaired in that means their day is done. Their race is over. Once they prepare the cars as best they can, and they can also before that clock expires, they have to go out, they have to meet minimum speed, and they have to clear off that clock.
Going free, man. I was hoping he can do good today, but his race is practically over. He should be able to win now.
After that contact with the outside wall, the 45 of Stephen Parton. Stephen going in for Cesar Barbarella, who was in this morning and trying to get his car a good ride, but unfortunately he got swept up in that crash.
All right. NASCAR 75th anniversary.
Flag is down. 1 lap to go. This is it. Dale Earnhardt is in front. He breaks away from Ridley a little as they get into lap traffic. Now here comes the move. Up to the outside. Ridley takes a look, can't get through. Comes back to the inside. Gives Earnhardt. Earnhardt has won the 1982 Sportsman 300. 82, first time here for the Xfinity Series. Dale Earnhardt wins one of his 7 victories here on a Saturday afternoon. Tomorrow it's the great American race.
I can't wait for tomorrow's Daytona 500.
2023 65th running of the Daytona 500. Coverage begins on FS1, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, over to Fox at 1. And we're racing just after 2:30. Drivers going after that Harley J. Earl. And here is what has put us under caution for the 4th time today. All started with the 2.
Yeah, you know, the 48 gives the 2 a really good push.
Oh, Austin
the
Hill.
travel is always tricky. The car's light there.
3 make contact. That could have been big.
They saw them closing on the 1 pretty quick, and I think Sheldon probably checked up to not run over the 1, and then Parker just didn't let him go. You know, kind of stayed on him, and they got moving around, and unfortunately it turned the 2, and he's got pretty heavy damage. I don't know if he'll be very competitive after that, but luckily I think everyone else got away. But just one of those things to where triable pushes are tough, and then you kind of have to let someone go at some point, or else they'll get wrecked just like that.
You know, we already lost one really good car that we felt like could win today. Yeah. In Daniel Hemrick.
That was Daniel Hemrick.
And you can see how beaten and battered the 2 car of Sheldon Creed is. 2nd year racing that Chevrolet for Richard Childress Racing, and had a disappointing rookie campaign. And there's the 45 of Stephen Parsons, got some damage as well, Josh.
Yeah, a tough break, obviously, for the 7 of Justin Allgaier. Had a car he was really happy with, and then at the end of that stage made those adjustments, had it back in the middle of the pack, and gets involved in that wreck. They were looking at the right rear quarter panel, got that taped up and a splitter, and he's probably going to have to come back in and get that looked at once again, Regan.
Well, it's the best possible news for the 10 car. Justin Haley, steering wheel is straight on that race car. Just a little bit of a left rear fender rub. That's a good thing. He was so excited about this race car just before the race. Brand new car they built specifically for here and specifically for him in this race. It's been fast so far.
It has been fast.
It's good to see both those cars going to be in this race, and minor damage, and a lot of these races are won with damage.
Yeah. So many times in this race, you recover from some kind of
Austin
problem.
Hills, we're almost at lap 50.
Drivers involved. I mean, it's heavy hitters and those that we felt like pre-race had a real shot to go out and get it done. Sam Mayer's been good in the early portion of stage 2.
And the sun is right now setting.
You have to work really hard to stay up front if you want to stay there. And it can be dangerous, right? You make a fat block and the whole field's wrecked. So we can't get too far out. We want to keep them about half because we want it the most back, right? And you're going to be in your mirror damn near more than you're out front, right? Listening to me using your mirror as well.
What's up, Regan?
Adam, you're always learning. That was spotter Kevin Hamlin talking to his driver, Sam Mayer.
There you go, going back to
Giving
racing.
him more advice on what he needs to be doing to stay up front right there. Kevin Hamlin, one of the best on the group. I know this because he was spotting for me in 2014 when I won this race. He was great. Coleman?
Yeah, you just talked about Kevin Hamlin. Like I said at the beginning of the broadcast, this is our first race working together, so they're trying to recognize what can be better, what could be worse. What Kevin's explaining there is he doesn't want to see him get pulled in a car like that. The reason for that, the further out in front you are, the easier it is for that back car to burst your bubble, and then ultimately it makes it harder on the spotter to make that 50-50 decision. So once you can keep them within that little bubble push, it makes the spotter's job a lot easier, ultimately it makes the driver's job a lot easier.
One thing to be mindful of here as we get set for the restart, if you were involved in that crash, you get placed on the damaged vehicle policy. You get 6 minutes to repair the car, and then you have to meet minimum speed once we return to the green flag. So those drivers involved in that crash are going to be in a circumstance here where they have to meet minimum speed. Once they do, that damaged vehicle policy is canceled, and they wouldn't go under the clock again unless they were involved in another incident. You saw Sheldon Creed back on pit road. So is Justin Haley, but he's pulling away. It looks like Creed is unbuckling the belts, and it would appear he will be done for the afternoon.
Yeah, rough start for the Wheel and Chevrolet. I mean, they were up front tonight showing themselves.
Yep.
And
Sheldon Creed's done for the day.
Push to the
Tough
trial
for him.
like that, and there's not much he can do when your rear wheels are off the ground like that. Parker actually had some radio we heard earlier where he felt like it was his fault, just a little too much of a push.
Halfway through our second stage. Front row on a restart. You mentioned Parker Kligerman. He's on the inside of Sam Mayer. Mayer's got his teammate right behind him. That would be Brandon Jones. Parker's kind of got a teammate there, too. Chandler Smith, a rookie at college.
All right, here we go. Green, we're going to go green flag back. Here we go. Green flag back in here. Sam Mayer out front.
Looks like the top lane's a little more formed here.
Yep.
The 98 and the 9 going to get to the 1. We'll see what Kevin Hamlin's talking about here if the 1 gets the lead and see how good he does managing both lanes here.
All right, here we go.
He's got the ability to do it now.
Brandon Jones behind his teammate.
Bubble push 1 off you. 2 off. Back to 1. Back to half. Back to half. Just inside.
Listening to radio from Sam Mayer.
Yeah, and Sam's kind of taking a long way around the track right there, and I don't know if it broke up that line or they got to get back close down to that bottom lane.
16 or 19. 3/4 front, 25 to 78. Bottom still full with the 00. Here's a shove. You're clear. Halpin's not. There's one in the middle lane here. Half off. He is not clear. One off, you're clear both ways. 9 to the top, 9 is clear, but he's staying up there. 4 cars, your lane, bottom. 1 off you.
What do you see here, Coleman?
A lot of good stuff there from Kevin Hamlin. Making sure Sam knows that the 9 car is clear, and also that he's staying with him.
Riley hurt since like imagine if he wins tonight.
Talk about the importance of having a teammate behind you. So if you do get too far out, the confidence you have in saving them. Where like later in the race, if Austin Hill gets on the front, he's lost his teammate Sheldon Creed. How does that change your mindset as a driver? I know as a spotter, that comfort blanket of having the teammate behind you is really important.
Yeah, it is. It's always nice knowing you have a teammate there, and especially in certain situations, you feel like you're a little bit more comfortable as you see the 98. Go inside the 9 and try to make a move.
Oh, sparks from Brandon Jones.
It always makes you feel kind of weird trying to move forward. To have a teammate there,
the racing's been good.
That teammate's probably going to go with you if you make a move, or if they're.
So far, this race is a lot more entertaining than the truck race. I will say that.
Confidence in your teammate that he's not going to ditch you. At really not any given time, but most situations. So that's always really important, and I feel like we do a good job of that at Penske and things like that, of kind of looking out for each other. And you're welcome for the other night, by the way.
I'll be on stage 1, stage 2.
Why teammates are so important when it comes to this type of racing.
Boy, that accordion effect right up there on that top lane, you see them squeeze, they pull apart, just the back and forth.
And you're talking about the teammates. These two teammates have never really worked together, the 9 and the 1. So I'm sure Brandon's doing everything he could to get confidence into the 1 that, hey, I've got your back. And you can see him kind of swapping lanes, but he's coming back up the 1. He's being nice, too, and bringing back air to the top to when the bottom does get a run to not
There
try
comes
to
Austin Hill.
Look at Anthony Alfredo.
Austin Hill.
78 car, yeah.
BJ McLeod Motorsports up front.
He was super fast in qualifying, and it's definitely showing now.
And BJ and
27
Jessica
out back by half.
are committed
Look at Brett Moffitt.
to making a winning organization with that 78 group. And he certainly noticed he came to play.
Here comes
And
Austin
he's
Hill.
right behind the man that's dominated this race. Even though he had to drop to the rear, Austin Hill on point once again. That's twice he's had to come through traffic to put it out front. And it's not just a good car. He's been very patient in working his way through the draft.
He's smart about who he uses, when he uses the runs. He's quality. He's doing a great job right now. And now this is when the real work is done with him and Derek. You'll see someone that really leads both lanes well with the 21.
You see him run in the middle there when the bottom and top are filled. He's given no run to either lane in the corner. And now he's smart. The top lane usually gains momentum, gets tighter, down the front stretch or back stretch, and then he took that. So just really world-class stuff right here by Austin and his spot.
Yeah.
Good night for the Chevrolets, especially those from Junior Motorsports. All 4 of their cars inside the top 10. But it's the Chevy of Austin Hill who's out front.
Mom, can we go inside and get ice cream and see where we live? What about the zip line? You gotta ride the zip lines and the animals. They have animals, Mom. Oh, they are.
Austin Hill, he used to make those great moves. Man, I am Austin Hill. He's one of the best superfield races in the Xfinity series. It's a possibility he may win back to back. We're just gonna have to wait and see. The small guy or these two. That will be give it to one. We got a race between Austin Hill and Justin Allgaier. Oh, yeah. may do NASCAR fan rewards. We'll have to wait and see. We'll probably do that soon.
Side by side. It is amazing to me. Just all in that crash. He is out front.
No, he's staying number 2.
Speed for the 21.
All right.
Teammate down the tri-oval. He took his run from about 5th row top, turned down, knowing he had a teammate behind him.
Sam Mayer back there.
He could turn down early.
Brett Moffitt. I wonder what team he's driving for in that 25.
Knowing that his teammate was going to stay with him and not have the trust. That's just the importance of teammates and also the importance of recognizing.
I'll officially be halfway through this race
what's going on,
at the end of stage 2.
Boy, somebody got real aggressive in that middle lane there.
I think it was the 10 car back there.
Justin
We all
Haley.
in the booth trying to see what the wreck was going to look like, but they got it together.
I think the 10 tried to get behind the 27, and there wasn't really a big hole, and I think everyone had to check up, and not teammates side by side.
Let's hear from Brandon Jones' team.
I think we need a better pusher to the 21 system. He leaves too much gap. My suggestion would be trying to lay back to the 8, let him get a big run, and maybe shoot the middle. I think he's good with you until the Jersey's going to start shooting.
Brandon Jones with a run there.
He did just that.
Great call.
That's something I did notice, that 78 wasn't able to stay with the 21. He kind of air pushed him away a lot, and it was just checking that middle lane.
Austin Hill with something
coming on there. Was making sure they kind of, you'll see guys do that, they'll kind of split the middle and kind of shuck a guy out if they think he's hurting the lane. If he's leaving too much of a gap and the lane's struggling. You see that a lot, and spotters are a big help for that. You heard Tyler Mott right there tell Brandon, hey, this car's struggling a little bit. Let's try to get him out of here.
There'll be 3 laps to go in the stage.
We come
around next time. Teammates out front. Sam Mayer, the young driver for Junior Motorsports.
The racing's been really fun. Look at that. Austin Hill was a push to Sam Mayer right there.
See some damage on the front end of Austin Hill, but both those cars still really fast. And look at Brett Moffitt, the underdog in the 25 in this mix.
Yeah, he's an underdog driver.
Moving on that 21 car. Those white gloves, it's always fun to see how much a guy's working in there. He's
Ready to
go.
go.
He's doing everything he can to get back to the front here.
And I will see if the talk between Kevin Hamlin and Sam Mayer pays off, right? We heard it under the break.
Austin Hill is starting to come
Kevin
back.
was kind of teaching him what to do and then how to work it. So we'll see if he makes the right decisions here as he's leading the top lane right now.
And the help in the bottom's coming from Brett Moffitt, another guy that's got a lot of experience, smart drafter. He's got that new team up there in the 25.
Now look at Austin. About 80% of the backstretch he was looking in his mirror. I mean, that's what you do, especially if you're leading a lane. You're always paying attention to, all right, how far back is my pusher? Do I need to lay back to him? Is he going to peek out and lead me? You're looking, I'd say I look in my mirror 70% of the lap. You're always just staring behind you and just trying to figure out where they're going and make the right moves.
Do you love your new mirror?
The digital mirror?
Yes.
I run it only at the Speedways because I think I can see a lot with it at every other place. And the spoiler's so tall.
Yeah.
You can't see nothing in the regular mirror. So the digital one is okay.
I love it. I have it right in front of me. It's kind of like
That's in there, blocks
I don't like having to have your neck cricked the whole time.
Technology has changed the game in the draft, huh?
There we go. Sam Mayer.
These guys don't have it. They have the traditional mirrors, right? The Cup cars are the only ones who have that digital mirror that we can look at from the camera on the roof.
Coming in the final lap of stage number 2.
Lap to go. Had a great
Here comes
finish.
Justin Allgaier to the
Stage
outside.
one,
The
we'll see what
JRM
happens here in
cars.
Stage 2. Austin Hill won the opening 30-lap run. And he
Austin
did
Hill
so
come
by
back.
sliding down in front of Justin Allgaier. Allgaier out front here with his teammate Sam Mayer behind him.
The 4 Junior Motorsports
cars in line there.
Seem to find each other, and they look really, really fast. The bottom just don't have a ton of momentum right now.
It's kind of interesting too. I feel like half the pack
Sam Mayer and
coming to the end of the
Justin Allgaier go to
stage.
the bottom.
Change the energy at the front of the pack.
It's like Austin Hill won't win this stage. It looks like it's going to be Allgaier or Sam Mayer.
with 7 different drivers. And the 4 drivers in the field
Coming
today,
out of turn
today
before.
have not won at this place. Could they make it?
Looks like it's going to be Justin Allgaier. It's going to win stage 2.
And the green and white checker.
Oh, and
Justin Allgaier
and the 18, Sammy Smith around.
Finish line. That's the 18.
The 18 is Sammy Smith.
Keep it fire here. You got it. You got it. Keep it rolling.
Other one involved.
Wow, what a save. Great save by Sammy Smith.
18. I think Jeb kept rolling, but it'd be interesting to see the damage on the 18 and the 27.
Justin Allgaier wins
Second
stage
career
2.
stage win for Justin Allgaier here at Daytona.
Looks like the 27 got into the 18, and then I think contact between the 27 and the 18. I think the 27 came down in front of someone. I'm not sure who it is. That's Jeb Burton and the Sammy Smith. So yeah, what a way to finish stage number 2, guys. Now I'm gonna use the restroom, and yeah, we're officially halfway through this race. So it's been fun. Yeah, there was an incident here.
White checkered flag. Jeff Burton was there. The 78 of Anthony
It was like
Alfredo.
Alfredo, Jeb Burton, and Sammy Smith.
The 78 car, the Ticket Smarter Chevy, he had a pretty good run there, and it seemed like the 27 really didn't know he was there, and he's put in a really tight hole as well. So
Yeah.
you can tell probably a little miscommunication between a couple of those guys, and big run. And Jeb was fortunate that the 18 straightened him back out. I thought
See the damage there on the right front.
Yeah, Sammy Smith around.
Smith, but a good job hanging on to it. Not the first time tonight he's been involved in a crash. You see the tape on the hood. Let's listen to radio from the 78 of Anthony Alfredo.
Probably got some right front damage. Probably shouldn't have made that move knowing who was in front of me, but I think he's that dumb.
Well, I think seeing the situation, it was tight there, coming into the stage, and big run. Yep, things happen.
Things happen.
Yep, that's true. Okay,
Especially in the trial one.
so
I think that was more.
can't wait to finish the rest of this race.
Everybody pits here, and then you'll
Probably be another hour before this race finishes.
in the final stage. This is the state water heater's onboard camera, and look at Jet
Wow.
working the wheel. That's incredible.
Yeah, I don't even think Jeb was in the mirror there. I think he was all forward, so he didn't even know that the 78 was there at all at that point in time.
When you got to take your hands off the wheel to get another rotation, that's a long ways.
Yeah.
And he did a good job there.
Let's see what strategy plays out here. Pit stops into stage 2. Josh?
Well, 7 of Justin Allgaier amazingly able to win that stage after being involved in that wreck. The only complaint for him is just a little bit free after the last adjustment, so they'll go back on that in terms of the 9 of Brandon Jones. He's been happy with his car up to 4th in that stage, just about finding the right line to run for you.
Justin Allgaier.
Very quiet about his race car on the radio. The only directions was to wait on fuel. That is their priority. And the one at Sam Mayer just continues to tell spotter Kevin Hamlin to help me out. I need to keep learning.
Most everybody, I think, took 2.
Yep. Stage is set. For the final stage, let's visit
Justin Allgaier, first one off the pit road. Double to 2 tires.
Justin Allgaier.
2 tires. Yeah.
Hey, Justin Allgaier.
Austin Hills with no tires, by the way.
Yeah, Blaney, go ahead, buddy.
Hey, good job. We saw an awesome finish for the first stage, and we saw you get a little bit of damage. Doesn't look like too much, and you were able to work your way back up to win the second stage. So looks like you got a really fast car. Tell us a little bit about what you've been seeing in there tonight and how you think your chances are.
I mean, obviously, you're super proud of everybody at Junior Motorsports. To have the brand 70th Platinum car, I was disappointed when I scratched it up there, and it could have been a lot worse. But, Jim Bowman and the guys down in the pits did a good job of getting me squared away and got all the damage fixed. And to be honest with you, this car has just been absolutely phenomenal. The Hendrick engine department, obviously, everybody Chevrolet. We got fast Camaros, so we're going to keep riding this wave. I mean, obviously, getting the damage was because we were kind of trying to come back to the field and put myself in a little bit of a bad spot. But, time to take some deep breaths. The stages are over. We just got to get to the end of the race. And it's unfolding a lot different than I feel like a lot of these Xfinity Series races have. The SKU package that we have now, it's made the cars maybe a little easier to drive, but it's given the drivers a lot of confidence to make maneuvers we wouldn't have normally made. So it's definitely been interesting. So hopefully everybody always having a good time watching. And we got
I sure am, Justin.
that are tuning in. It's pretty cool.
Well, we've definitely enjoyed watching it from up here. So best of luck to you, and we're looking for a show at the end.
Thanks, buddy. Have a good time.
Justin Allgaier, the best all time, with 41 career stage wins. He's never won a championship, never won at Daytona. Perhaps the Daytona win comes today.
You're spending all your time on a quest for a new job.
So.
But you'd rather be on a quest for dragons.
They.
You need a way for jobs to benefit you. I need a kid.
All right. Race. I can't wait to start stage 3, guys. We less than 50 laps. Less than 60 laps till the end of the race. This race, I feel like it's flown by almost quick. For me, it's only been 2 hours. I mean, these cars have flown by very quick.
Central on Fox.
I'm so.
Friday night on Fox, it's SmackDown. Tonight on FS1, it's the Beef. It's What's for Dinner 300 for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. The sun has gone down over Daytona International Speedway.
It's not completely dark in my area right now.
Starting our final stage, we go to Coleman Pressler.
Thanks, Adam. You know, this restart, this stage caution is always one of the biggest cautions for me under a speedway race. The things that we think we can notice right now, the 721, we know they have the speed. We know they're going to be aggressive. A couple X factors that we can look at this race. I look at Brett Moffitt. He was one that pushed this bottom lane forward at the end of that stage. Also look at Jeff Burton. He was able to push the lane. So those could be the X factors if your teammates come out. Look forward to seeing this stage go green, Adam.
Yeah, I hope so. And when we've been green, the racing really has been incredible today.
Well, it looks like we're going to be back to racing, folks. Sorry about that. The racing has so far been very good. Restarts have been great.
You know, obviously in Xfinity Cup, and for a few years, he's gonna make the right moves, and he has a lot of knowledge of how these things and races play out.
53 to go.
And I feel like he was one of the guys who wasn't being super aggressive early, and then kind of saving it for this last stage.
Would you believe me if I told you that Custer's never finished in the top 10 at Daytona in any series? Wow, that's interesting. Trucks, Xfinity Cup. I got a feeling he's going to break that today. 5th right now. Got a Ford behind him and Brett Moffitt. Going to be 52 laps to go at the line. Justin Allgaier leading. Let's crank it up on FS1.
Crank it up. This is going to all the way up for this one. In fact, why not just do it better and just do this? For a crank it up special, I'll put my phone really right here so you guys can see it. There we go.
20's half off of him. Go inside, 25, and then, all right, just keep working your way up, work your way up, work your way up. Hold your line, you're cleared. Clear high, clear high.
This is high now.
5-1 on the bottom, keep rolling the top here. He's got to drag it down if we're going to do this, he has to. Come on down. Yep. Software, I'll let you know. I don't care about the outside. We're going to keep the one in your mirror with us there, and the one in front of us, I'll let you know when it's time.
I think you sound really great. Very great. Sounds beautiful.
So you heard TJ Majors, just Barry's spotter. They were in the top lane. They were pulling it good, and he was saying, we got to do it now. If we're going to get down, we need to get on the bottom. And that, to me, tells me that they're coming to pit here within the next, maybe 10 laps, maybe less than that.
Yeah, they're probably in the window or something like that.
Right now, the Chevy's on the bottom, the Ford's on the top. They're trying to get a line to get that group of guys together that they want when they leave pit road to make as much time as possible.
Yeah, give us a little insight on that, Coleman.
Yeah, Blaney hit it right on the head right there. I was going to say the same thing. I heard that instantly. I thought of pit road. I looked over my left shoulders. I started seeing spotters congregate together. We talk about the importance of teamwork, and really none of that teamwork is more important than getting on and off pit road. The races are won here. If this thing was to go green, that organization that's happening now to make sure all your teammates are lined up is what could ultimately make you finish at the front of this race tonight.
We're at lap 71. And
we have less than 50 to go.
Here. And this is lap 73, 74 last year is when we really started to see the green flag pit stop. So it won't be long if we play it the same way we did a season ago when a lot of these front runners decide to make their green flag pit stop, because we know they have to come here in the final stage to get fuel to make it to the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's curious to see how teams want to coordinate that. You have some groups.
The Stewart Haas cars are up there as well. So
to try to get the stop done, and if a caution comes out, they're going to cycle to the front. If the other group hasn't pitted yet, then you'll see some guys go long, and kind of maybe catch a draft off that group that just pitted. That's how it worked out for our camp in the first duel the other night. We went long.
Yeah, why'd you do that?
Down. Why did you guys pit so early?
Well, maybe next year we'll figure it out.
And, then you're just gaining time. So it really depends. But organization on the pit road is super important. Try not to make a mistake like we talked about early in the show. And I'm sure we're going to see this here within the next handful of laps.
And to confirm the numbers, I gave the lap count. That would be 46 or 47 to go based on the pylon. And we're at 47 right now. So
everyone's trying to get in line so they can do their pit stops.
Yeah, you saw the 31 there of Parker Resclaff trying to get down, and he actually got stuck in the middle. I think they were wanting to try to get down with the Chevys to pit, and then he kind of wasn't able to get in the hole.
Well, and Retzlaff, one of those drivers that really just does not have much experience in the draft. One truck start at Talladega, so this is a whole new ball game for him, the driver out of Wisconsin.
And a bunch of these guys really don't know what it's like to get a green flag stop in that kind of a pack. So it's so key to not give away your race right here when you do hit pit road under green flag. Try and brake straight. Don't slide a tire so your guys can do 2 tires if they want.
Coleman?
Yeah, I think we're
78 and 21.
I see pit boards going out. I see a lot of spotters starting.
Yeah, I see hands going out the window. They're pitting next time by.
They all have these hidden numbers. I wouldn't be surprised to see this Chevrolet group hitting this time by.
Hands out the window for the 7, so you know he's coming.
Well, every group I talked to in the garage this morning would ask me, hey, I know you're talking to everybody. When are they pitting?
Here they go. Green flag pit stops are just about to be underway.
Trying to figure out what the varying strategies would be. And
here we go.
Goes a huge group. It'll be 45 laps to go.
Oh!
And there goes one around. It's Parker Kligerman.
Parker Kligerman spins.
He's going to be able to get this thing straightened out.
Yeah, he keeps it off the wall. We stay green.
Yep. Good.
Josh?
Saves green.
Yeah, you see Justin Allgaier in the 7 coming into pit. They were telling him over the radio, stay where you are. It's part of the
Parker
plan.
Kligerman around. Who was that?
Right
That turned him.
They get topped off with fuel.
Josh Berry's new spotter, TJ Majors, very clear with all the directives on exactly what lap they wanted to pit, when and why and where they needed them to be on the bottom as well.
So this group is going to leave a little broken right here. There's a pretty big gap between the first guy off pit road and the next 3.
The problem I see with the group out there running is they're very unorganized. The group main pack, they're actually coming to road now, the second group. And we'll see there's more cars, but they were really broken up for that whole lap. So we'll see if they can exit closer to each other.
A bunch of Fords and Toyotas in this group.
Yep.
And another driver to keep an eye on is Kligerman. Because of the spin, he really didn't have any drafting help when he exited, Josh.
Yeah, John Hunter Nemechek has been looking for help all night long. That's been his biggest complaint. He just can't get some help.
Regan, Riley Herbst's race car, very good. Just struggling to get through the pack. They did this on purpose. They didn't want to pit with that first bunch in case there was a wreck.
Well, it wasn't perfectly executed, but we were able to avoid bringing out the caution on this cycle of green flag pit
Yeah, who
stops.
turned the 48?
And keep an eye here on those that pitted the first time around and those that pitted the second.
That's Gray Golding in the
still
808.
has not made a pit stop. Jeffrey Earnhardt, Gray Golding, coming down here with 44 to go.
I'll tell you a guy that did a really good job is Josh Berry.
Yeah, Josh Berry outbroke the 7 of Allgaier, was able to get the lead there, and they had a short pit stop too. But it would be curious to see that pack right there. Josh Berry, you see making moves just behind him. It's gonna get really jumbled right here.
Hold your line, inside. Chevy's got all the momentum coming together. Josh Berry takes over the race lead, driving by.
Ooh, that's aggressive. Ooh,
Those
goodness.
Fords just didn't stand a chance there, trying to hold off guys like Berry and Hill that were running them down. Allgaier in that mix as well.
Wow.
You know, that's tough. You know, if you're the second group that's pitted and you go the lap after, you know, the previous group, those guys are already up to speed. You know, they're at full song. They probably have gotten decently organized by maybe 3, 4, sometimes 5 cars. And you saw it there that there was nothing Riley Herbst could do to try to stay out front. They were just coming so fast, but they'll be able to settle in here and try to make another run at it. Still plenty of laps to go in the race.
And you see the guys that are out front. There's a lot of experience there, getting a pit road, getting off pit road clean. That's why that group is kind of formed and breaking away from everybody else right now.
Josh Berry right now, I think it's leading.
42 laps to go. Make it 41 this time around. Here they are,
Looks
making
like-
their way to the pit lane.
Oh,
Parker
Parker Clearman got loose in front of Brendan Jones.
He is in the running.
Oh, so
we come back.
Clearman didn't get turned. He just got loose in front of Brendan Jones and spun out in front of him.
Josh Berry is your race leader.
Oh yeah, give me some dab.
I gotta give you a prize.
All right.
Over here with NFL.
I gotta say, green flag pit stops, you could see the Chevys, they were actually, you know, they were a little bit unorganized there for a little bit. But the Fords and Toyotas, they were a lot more organized than them. So it's a little bit of the detail there to keep in mind. Trying to use some other cars to start the song. Oh, here's one I was looking for. It's called Night Driving. And the other one I've been playing is Daydreaming. There's the Red Bull commercial again. Time to go neon, folks. All right, right, guys. I did have some strobe lights, some lights, LEDs, so I got the remote here for them. I want to show you what they look like. If I can do it, that is. I don't know if you guys can see it, but that's what it looks like. All right. Check the comments. Hey, Molly.
And we've got 30
I'm doing fine
to go. We just finished the cycle
right now. So
stops.
right now,
Is out front, and here's the reason why.
Yeah, heck of a move here, getting the pit road around the 7.
yeah, Josh Berry made a great run onto pit road there.
Yeah, here you're honestly at a disadvantage being the leader. I feel like of the Speedway is getting the pit road because you have nothing to judge off of. It is your job. You're worried about don't slide a tire because they're just taking gas only. But now I don't want to get in too easy.
37 to go, folks.
I don't want to spin out. Josh, the second place guy is actually at an advantage, I think, at Speedways, just because you have someone to gauge off of, and if someone checks up early, you can kind of just go a little bit deeper. And Josh did a great job of really utilizing that. That's why he's in the lead.
You see the times there on that pit sequence, the in and the out. And, sometimes pit stops have a whole lot to do with the guys that go over the wall. Mm-hmm. But when you do something like this, there are many elements involved. And obviously, Josh Berry did his part.
It's a team effort, that's for sure. And I was so nervous leading the duel the other night, getting the pit road as a leader, because I didn't know where to break at. Don't make a mistake.
We going close on the lines.
Berry out front with 36 remaining.
Oh, there we go. There we go. That's one better. Okay.
What do you think about all that, Coleman?
Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen. This second group's caught him. I look for Cole Custer to move down in front of the Toyotas. He's going to draw his teammate Riley Herbst, and then it's going to be interesting to see what these Junior Motorsports teammates do. But that second group's caught him 3/10 a lap. Look for this Ford group to start moving down in front of him and maybe try to position himself in front of the Chevrolet group.
Yeah, Cole may have his father.
We couldn't understand why this first group never ran the bottom of the track. They're really been staying up there high, and John Hunter's just cutting distance with his group and gaining a lot of time right now. But it's kind of leveled out right here.
Now our Toyota top performers, Sammy Smith had to spin.
The top 18 cars are just all separated from the rest of the pack.
Up there, though, his teammates, John Hunter Nemechek, top 10. So is Myatt Snyder. And both of those Toyotas have been quiet. I mentioned it off the top, but a Toyota has not won at Daytona in the Xfinity Series since July of 2013.
That's almost 10 years.
I'm shocked the 00 didn't pull down there. I was shocked he didn't take that opportunity to get in front. Well, now you see everyone bailed on the Toyotas. So I guess it was a good move that he didn't go down there. But I think that's the 10. Justin Haley, he didn't want to push the Toyotas anymore.
That's Brett Moffitt. Now, Cole Custer tried it.
Brett Moffitt decides he'll go down to the low lane, give it a shot.
Yeah, John Hunter was feeling like a superhero there, and then all of his drafting partners went away in a quick second. This is the type of racing we've seen at the end of these races, and the guys that can kind of side draft, pull back up in front. I'm waiting for some of those moves to start happening and seeing if anybody can make anything happen to get to the front. But the Chevy Superb going to be content here for a while to ride with 33 to go.
Right now, it's the choo-choo train.
Austin brought up a great point right there. We see this with the Xfinity Series every year. Now we have a new cast of characters in here. We always look at Noah Gregson to be that person to try to pick them off one at a time. What we like to call island hop. You get a run, you side draft them, you get one at a time. That's going to be the only way we're going to start making up positions right here. So it's going to be interesting to see over these next 33 laps how soon someone like John Hunter, Cole Custer, how soon they're wanting to make their move. But to do that, they're going to have to pick them off one at a time, get a quarter panel, slide up in front of them.
I've always felt like, too, there was a major benefit to these Xfinity races at a place like Daytona or Talladega when a Joey Logano or a Brad Keselowski, Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott would come and run. Because you get a couple of those guys with all that knowledge and experience, and you guys know this, you do the same thing when you come over here. You got to take some chances and utilize your experience to make those moves, and it really, really helped the quality of racing down the stretch.
Yeah, and if you have those guys, as we have a caution.
Caution's out.
6 cautions today, and it's more than 35. That's CJ.
Jeez, what happened there?
heavy damage to the front end of that car.
CJ McLaughlin. Did he went in the fence? Are you serious?
We'll go over in 10 to CJ.
Well, now the game changes.
What happened there?
I have double file now. You know who this is really big for? Parker Kligerman. You go back to that cycle of green flag pit stops. He got turned around, no caution, lost all that track position.
Happened?
He'll be back in the draft on the lead lap when we.
I'm wondering what happened.
Let's do this.
Did he went into the catch fence?
You can just jump into multiplayer.
I think he went in the fence. Look at the damage to that front of that car. Or am I tripping? I don't know. I don't know, man.
Join me on Bobby's.
car and then back. I still don't know what happened. Why that happened?
After the green flag pit stops, we had a couple of different groups. They got separated. The caution, you're inside of 30 laps to go. Again, flag, we're going to be side by side. This is going to be so trouble. Yeah, what are they going to do? All one lane? Are they going to try to block both lanes?
Yeah, I mean, this changes up a bit. Right? Single file line. Even the second pack coming, got single file. It was probably going to be pretty calm until the last 10 laps. And now you got to make a decision, right? Who are you going to line up behind? The Chevys or the Fords going to get lined up and
And so many times we talk about bouncing back from adversity. You have to do that here at Daytona on so many occasions. Virtually everybody's had some kind of an issue today, but keep an eye on the 48 of Parker Kligerman. Got turned around making that green flag pit stop. This caution gets him back, and we'll see if he can recover. Aerial coverage today provided by Goodyear, powering the race from green flag to the checkered flag, and every mile in between. Goodyear, more driven. Here's Regan Smith.
And you guys just mentioned how the 8 car Josh Berry has gotten themselves into position. A great pit entry by your driver. You guys are now at the front in control of this race. How mad were you about that caution? What can you do to get it back single filed out until the end?
I'm not too worried about cautions. They're going to happen here at Daytona. But yeah, Josh yarded him on that green flag pit stop. All that credit goes to him. He's doing a hell of a job getting towards the front the whole race. That's what we needed. We worked the whole race backwards to get to that spot.
Yeah, they're doing a choose-full right now.
Perfectly, so he'll get the rest done. I got faith in him. He's the best one out there.
Thanks, Alex.
Now let's hear from the team car, Justin Allgaier radio.
All right, buddy. About 27 laps to go here. Keep controlling your breathing. My turn.
Copy that, my friend.
We've done the choose, Coleman. What did you notice? I see right away the JRM Chevys in that outside lane together.
They did. I don't know if it was orchestrated that way or if it come that way with luck. They all four got together. That could be very huge, but we still see that 21 on the bottom lane on the inside. He's a fast enough car to keep this race 2x2. My question to you guys in the booth, Blaney, if you're Cole Custer, how quick are you thinking about trying to separate either this junior motorsport group or trying to get rid of this 21 and 7, knowing that they're probably been the dominant cars all race?
I want to try to separate them right now under caution. And I don't know if I'm going to get docked for it or not, but you got to break up that group. You have 4 really fast JRM cars who are going to be committed to each other. And so you're going to know that has to be a factor. So you're going to have to get in between them somehow, disrupt it a little bit. The 9800 are lined up now, teammates. So hopefully, with the 21 leading that lane, they can help it out. But you got to break up the 4 JRM cars because they're going to be tough to beat.
Yeah, the 21's in an interesting situation right there with the 2 Fords behind him. He can get a push out here and jump up in front of those junior motorsports cars and try and lead the Chevy line. Another guy, sometimes it's not bad being the guy that didn't have to worry about anybody, right? Like John Hunter Nemechek. He can kind of use whoever he wants in this situation. So later in the race, he's not really loyal to anyone.
That's worrisome to me. If the 21 gets clear,
all right,
you jump up in front of all 4 JRM cars, you get in the line, and now they could leave you at any point.
Final 26 line.
Whenever they want to turn left, all the teammates are going to go with them. So Austin is in a really tough spot.
Restart, 26 to go. Berry outside
Green flag, back
last
out.
year's winner, Austin Hill.
I think we're probably going to have a big wreck or something soon.
Go get him. All good. Go get
that 21 did have it. He had a shot and he chose to be on the bottom.
Yeah, it was going to be really tight. I think he had a good pusher right there. Those 2 in line behind him, like we talked about earlier, the manufacturers, they could leave the 21, but I think their best bet right now is to stick with him and try and use him to the end.
Interesting collection of cars in that bottom lane. We got Austin Hill, the two Fords from Stewart Haas, Justin Haley, and right behind them, Jay Buford, the second big machine entry who's been good here lately.
He's been doing a great job. He's been in the mix a lot of the night, and then he set himself up towards the end here, in the last third of the race, quarter of the race, to be a contender.
10 car, Justin Haley sneaking back into the picture on that bottom line. He's always there at the end of these things, so we'll see how that plays out.
Riley Herbst is doing good.
Two of those drivers down in the inside lane going to be running here tomorrow against you guys in the Daytona 500. Riley Herbst, Justin Haley, as Austin Hill is now taking his spot out in front of the 8 of Josh Berry.
You see Chandler Smith get to the middle, trying to make some kind of a run to get some positions, and that home might close. Oh, there we go. Found a good spot on the bottom, right in front of his colleague teammate. Always find each other.
Colleague racing, Chandler Smith and Justin Haley right there.
0016, come here. Top is covered.
Coleman?
Yeah, this thing's getting strung out to the top really quick. It's going to be interesting if the junior motorsports cars want to make a quick move right now to try to shuffle this 21 out. I see right here coming off the turn.
Austin Hill, man.
It's going to be interesting to see if Josh Berry builds that gap and takes a run to try to shuffle this 21 out now.
The dude just might win back to back.
That's a strategy at these Speedway races. You know who's fast. You race with them all night, and you know who's quick, and you honestly do everything you can to shut that person out and make them lose track position. So that's a good point that Coleman brought up, of trying to get rid of almost one of the dominant cars tonight and put him in a bad spot to where he really has to work his way back forward.
And doing it at the right time is important for these guys because they know he's fast. You do it too early, then he's got a shot and knows that in the back of his head. So 23 to go. When is that time to go?
Yeah, 23 laps remaining here is just an eternity, and that doesn't factor the potential extra laps for overtime. When we raced here in August, it was a 100-lap race, ended up going 118. So much happens. Really, when you get down inside of 10 laps to go is when the pace can really start to pick up.
Yeah, that intensity level starts when everybody starts getting those bumpers lined up. Little shove here, little shove there. You can feel it. And when those spotters start counting down those numbers, it just ratchets.
Parker Kligerman back in the game up to 11th. Jeffrey Earnhardt.
Everyone's trying to get in a
top
single
10.
file line.
Last year at Talladega on the pole, finished second.
Yeah, it's nice to see Jeffrey have a good run. That's another guy who's been really quiet all night. He was kind of in the early 20s and just riding around, kind of biding his time, and then he's showed up here. Like I said, did a great job at Talladega last year, and it seems like he's brought that same mindset to Daytona.
Austin Hill is leading, and he wants the trophy and prize for a second consecutive year that comes with winning. The beef, it's what's for dinner 300. Tonight's trophy for this race is 12 prime beef grade tomahawk steaks. That's what you get in Victory Lane. Who wouldn't want to take that cooler home?
I want to put it on my Traeger.
Oh, loads of steak.
What a privilege it is for you to have me here this evening.
Almost everything single final line. They're probably just gonna save their energy for the final laps. Way to go. on the single file line. What to say? Riley Herbst's the bottom. I see him right now. Move it over. Move my phone over to this point here. Oh, who's that? That's right. Monty has an issue. Is there a caution? No, it looks like it's still green. Brett Monty he's in the wall. Might have a tire down or something. It's still green.
Every victory on the road ahead. Goodyear, more driven. 18 laps remaining. First race of the year for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. And it's single lane all around the top right now. But that's going to be changing real soon. And the fourth car in line here, the one of Sam Mayer.
Really want to make our move down the back into 3 and still have momentum off of 4. All those races that I won here with Justin, it was, Justin made the right move of building a run late. Right, we didn't lead till right at the end. One of them was we were third right about here, and then ended up winning because he backed up and got the push to the top.
You heard the radio there, Coleman. I said it's going to change soon. When do you hit the go button?
That's the million-dollar question. This is a chess game. We might just be running in a straight line against the wall, but this is where spotters are truly trying to recognize these patterns. One pattern that's standing out to me right now, I want you to watch John Hunter Nemechek. Every lap coming into the tri-oval, every lap in turns 1 and 2, he's building his gaps to see how big of a run he carries into turn 1 and how much he carries into turn 3. One positive thing he has behind him, he has his teammate Myatt Snyder. So he knows he has a guy. If he gets that big run to pull out, he can get side by side with the lead group. And then from there, I think once that bottom lane happens, you're going to get a shuffle happening. My question to the booth there to you guys, if you're Austin Hill, do you want this race to get side by side, or do you want it to stay single file?
Oh, I want to get side by side, and if you're single file, especially running the top, there's so much racetrack open, and if I was Austin Hill, I'd be way comfortable if it's not going to happen now, but if things got side by side, then you can kind of play the air game and kind of go back and forth. Right now, he's in a tough spot with 4 Junior Motorsports cars behind him, and you're kind of just waiting because it's going to be hard to block it. If you're the 21, if they lay back off of you, you can only do so much to block it. You just hope that help comes to
15
you.
to go.
Yeah, I'd love to hear the 21 radio right now because they're probably discussing the same thing. What do we need to happen and what help are we going to have if the Junior Motorsports cars decide to split and when they do?
Right, you said it, Ryan. He wants it side by side, and the sooner the better. Because the more chaos that is created, the better chance he can position himself and the better chance
doing that timing thing
JRM
right now.
cars
He's
get
about
broken
1.5
up.
to 2 off the 9. Now he's doing the gap, close back in on the 9. He's the 5th one behind us.
So Derek's actually spotting all the way back to the 20. He's talking about the same thing that the one spotter was talking about, building his run. Coleman was talking about it. The 20, trying to build runs to learn what it's going to take to pull out later in this race.
And it's so hard when you're running single file like this as a driver. So you may have your plan. Every single driver has their scenario in their head. And they're running through all these different scenarios of, okay, when do I want to make my move? What's the ideal time to make my move to try to win this race? But everyone else is thinking different. You might be thinking, hey, I want to make my move into 3, off of 4, into 1. But one person doing something different or before you and you not being able to be at the front of that lane, it ruins your whole idea. So you want to be as patient as you can, but at the same time, you got to realize someone else might not be as patient as you. And you have to always keep that in the back of your head to be able to adjust your plan and maybe go sooner than you like, but you just can't miss your opportunity.
And this is that time frame before the calm before the storm, right? Like 14 to go. Every time you cross the line, it's another lap down, and you know it's coming. It's building. It's building. When you get into 10 to go, then things really start ratcheting up on the radio.
Yeah. 13 to go.
3/4 and a half.
Talk about John Hunter Nemechek. Teammate Myatt Snyder behind him. Limited schedule. Boy, a win for him would do wonders in that 19. Said he won't be driving it again until June at Portland on the road course where he was so good last year.
Yeah, Myatt Snyder. He was the one that went in attachments last year.
Those two Toyotas, Ryan Sieg has never won in the Xfinity Series. Behind him, Anthony Alfredo driving for BJ McLeod. Some underdog stories in the top 10. Jeffrey Earnhardt in the 44. That's a Chevrolet for Alpha Prime.
And for that group right there, it's going to be really important to see what they choose, what group they go with when the split happens.
Mm-hmm. That's for sure. And everyone right now, you see a couple guys jumping out. Like Klingerman, he's trying to island hop. He's trying to.
That ain't going to work.
Well, he made it work. It might have cut the tire down.
Yeah, there goes Earnhardt sliding
Jeffrey
back.
Earnhardt with problems.
That was aggressive.
That's unfortunate right there. We talked about island hop, and Coleman talked about it up there. And, you kind of build your gap, lay back, get a run, side draft, slow the car in front of you down, and then clear yourself. And that's kind of how you get one at a time. And Parker just wasn't clear, and unfortunately, Jeffrey
Jeffrey was
got
running 10th right there, doing a good job. It's two cars that Parker's taken today.
How about it, Coleman?
Yeah, so what we've seen right there, we know that Parker Klingerman wants to get to the front. The further back you are in this field, the quicker you have to make that move. So that's something now that you've got to register to, John Hunter, Myatt Snyder, even Brandon Jones being the back of Junior Motorsports car. We got a guy that's ready to be aggressive, and the closer he gets to that 20, closer he gets to the 19, the faster that bottom lane's going to start to come.
Tell you what, he's been really aggressive today, I can tell you that.
On board with Riley Hirsch. This is the Ford Performance onboard camera. So excited in the garage because he finally has a teammate. He and Cole Custer are going to try and work a little magic late, but Custer all the way back in 18th right now. Here's 20 team audio.
I think they're going to wait till the last lap to fix it up. Yeah, if they can keep dictating it like this, I mean, the 21's a sitting duck. They got their four right lined up, so they sure won't go any sooner than that.
That's a great point, and the 20, you can't wait till the last lap, because there's four guys, a junior lined up right there, and they're just going to wait. They're going to wait for the last lap to beat the 21 car or try to make their move on them. So if you're the 20, you got to go earlier.
Here comes
and
Alfredo.
Try and just hope.
But I keep saying anything Alfredo. Parker Klingerman. Why do I keep Alfredo's on 78?
That will get that lane going because you're not going to win right now from 6th if the four junior cars just go at the last lap and stay organized. You have to kind of mix things up.
9 laps to go.
9 to go.
But if you take that chance and it doesn't work, you're going all the way back to the end of the line. So it's hard to convince yourself from you sitting in 6th, and then you could fall all the way back to 21st if your move doesn't work out. So that's really hard to make a decision on.
It's an interesting group at the front, for real. I mean, you got the Junior Motorsports cars behind one RCR car. You got 2 Gibbs cars, and then it's hodgepodge back there. And the run's going to be from 5th or 6th after those 4 Junior Motorsports cars.
Man, this is going to get wild.
7's up tight to the 8 this time. Half and half.
Eight laps to go.
8 to go.
I can't wait to see how it plays out.
And this is excruciating if you're Austin Hill. I mean, you're just waiting. You're logging laps, waiting around, and you're trying to watch. You're trying to understand what's going on behind you, but there's not a lot going on behind you that you can dictate or see right now. Yeah, there's guys playing with runs, but Austin Hill can't play with runs. He's leading. He might be, he's obviously looking in the mirror the whole time, just seeing if anything's happening, if someone's going to surprise him. But I'd be curious to hear for a little bit if he's lifting a little bit and trying to keep the pack just like
3/4 half.
The pack tighter to where no one lays back and gets a big run. I'm sure at the end, if he sees the 8 start laying off, he's going to start lifting and checking up to try to keep him in that car length bubble to where he can't get as big of a run as he would if he laid back 2 car lengths.
Right, and if they pull out and make the move, I mean, you talked about it earlier, protecting that right rear quarter panel. I think you got to let them take the bottom. If they do it, and then try and hope that the next guy that comes in and fills the gap gives you a huge show.
Yeah.
23 lead changes today. That's what we've had so far. The most
All right, coming to 6
in
to
the
go.
last 12 races here. Allgaier led the most laps,
This is
35
gonna get
out front
wild.
for him, 28 for Austin Hill. And he's leading it with 7 remaining.
It's coming to 6 laps to go.
To go this time.
There you see the laps led. Good day for Josh Berry.
So 19, 38, 78, 31, 40, 98.
Solid for Sam Mayer. 4th place has led 14 laps. 6 to go.
And if it's inevitable that they're going to pull out and go to the bottom, do you just pull out on your own at some point and try and break it up the pack somehow? But I mean, you're probably going to go straight to the back as soon as you do it.
Yeah,
Just got to let them make the first
you just
move.
have to let them make the first move and hope that
Riley
help
Herbst back over
comes to you.
Parker
You know,
Clipperman.
we'll see. What do you think up there, Coleman?
You know, Blaney, you just talked about risk versus reward a minute ago. If you look outside of the top 10, that group's separated. That risk is a lot less now. You might lose 2 or 3 spots and then be able to get up in line. If it was me sitting there in John Hunter's spot, I would try to start making this move right now. That gives me 5 laps to work this.
I fully agree.
And maybe, you know, if
Looks
it
like we're
doesn't
starting it
work
just a
out,
little bit.
you've got a little time to reset and try it again, right? I mean, you give yourself some options.
There was a slight block thrown right there on the 8, I feel like.
Had to go, come back to 4. All half, next 4.
Looks like it's just
23
about to
off of
start.
9. Next 4 separate by half a piece. You're 3/4 out. You're laying off a little bit now. 1. That's 1. As soon as I went to be, I got really bad vibration. I went back to A, but still vibration. I don't know what the hell that just was.
Well, that's concerning.
Oh, Austin Hill has a vibration.
Seems like he was going A to B pump on his fuel. And that's where he has a
4 to
vibration,
go.
though. That's like a wheel or something.
4 to go.
I know one thing you hear a lot when you're out front.
Something's wrong with my car.
Here comes the Fords on the bottom.
Parker Klingerman's the one that makes the first move. I watched him bait him down out of the tri-oval. He's down there. It looks like who is it? Riley Herbst with him. He's trying everything he can to get this 20 and 19 to make a move. Now the risk is a lot bigger because this gap's closed up. But, you know, we're closing in. 3 to go here at the line. If I'm sitting there running, 6th, 7th, 8th place, I think right now is your time.
To make a move.
48's got his teammate with him, Jay Buford in the 5, although he lost a couple of positions in that exchange. There'll be 3 to go here.
3 to go.
Starting to see him dance just a little bit behind the 21.
Yeah, he's trying to fill out that 21, trying to put him in the mirror a little bit more. Gosh, it's going to get interesting fast.
And the hard thing is, you see the 20 keep laying back, and actually you see the 9 start to lay back to him. So everyone's getting antsy. Everybody is starting to go. Klingerman's trying to get the bottom to work. He's actually working pretty good. I can't believe no one's going to the bottom. If you could get 3 more cars to join it, everyone's going to join. And then you have a shot to drag that bottom lane.
Here's the other thing to keep in mind. Once we get the white flag, next flag ends the race. If there's a caution, once we get the white, the leader is all good. So you want to make sure you make this move early enough that you don't have a crash and ruin your opportunity.
In the July race, I was given the same situation, right, running second. And my grandfather was kind of preaching like, hey, wait to the end, but this is the time to go.
Oh, look at Allgaier, not working on his teammate.
There goes Allgaier. Out of line inside of Josh Berry, his teammate. Hill down to block.
That is not what I expected.
No, I didn't.
But Justin's going for what's going to set him up the best. And look at it. Now the
Look at
20 and
that.
19 are in the picture.
Brandon
Bottom lane
Jones
is starting to come
in the 9.
Brandon Jones is
bottom
there.
lane, the Toyotas. John Hunter needs
Oh,
to
Brandon Jones
there goes
spins.
Brandon Jones.
Lock it down here. Lock it down. Keep it
Caution
straight.
is
Caution's out.
Don't think that was ideal for what they were wanting to put together there.
Good. Lock it down. Lock it down. I get.
Well, he just wasn't clear. He just was not
that
clear.
surprised me that the 7 went right there. I know he was trying to get into second to be the lead junior car.
Yeah.
So he has priority.
Looks like we're going into overtime.
I figured, you're going to make your move anyway.
They never really built a run. Like, I was waiting for a big backup from the 8
Yeah,
and
he
get a
just
push
spun
and
out.
try and make the move, but
Looks like he just wasn't clear.
Unless he was just
was not clear.
trying to catch him off guard, and
7th caution of the day. Here's what happened.
Oh, from his own
the 8
team.
takes the run,
Yeah, he just
and
was
the
not
9
clear.
a little bit late, I think, to block it, and then Just got turned there.
Yep.
From his own
This happens with 2
teammate.
to go, so we will see overtime.
That hurts for Brandon Jones. Man.
Now things get really interesting.
Yep.
Green, white checkers.
Now you got the
Green,
8
right
right at
record.
the 7. So the 8's not going to help the 7 because he bailed on him. The 9's out of the picture now. So there's one Junior Motorsports car out of the picture. That's in the back of the pack. This was going to get very crazy.
21 and 7 are back at the front. Yeah. That's one thing that's been consistent all night is Austin Hill, Justin Allgaier controlling this race. And the help's going to get big, too, because Junior Motorsports could line up together here.
Mm-hmm. The other thought, and I know we've had some caution laps since they last pitted, and then we'll get some more caution laps here, but we're going to extend the race. So you got to think a little bit about fuel mileage, especially if we were to get multiple overtimes here. All right, so the stage is set, and Austin Hill has had such a good day, right? He goes out, wins the pole earlier, has the problems with the radio, comes down pit road before the green flag, has to drop to the rear, drives all the way through, wins the opening stage, has been a player throughout. He's in control right now, but everybody behind him is hungry, and we're starting to see, we were seeing it right there, just how greedy these drivers are going to get.
I'm shaking up here for him, man. I'm going to get intense watching the 21 car. And, man, this has been a fun race, and now it's really going to get interesting. The choose, you talked about it earlier. This is going to be the biggest choose for these guys of the year right here.
What's communication like on the radio, given that the choose rule being in place here?
That's a tough one. You're probably getting told that, trying to find your teammates is important, but at the same time, you want to do what's best for you. And I think between the 7 and the 8, the gloves are kind of off, right? I think they're going to choose whatever they think is the best route to win the race. So we'll see how it plays out. It's going to be great. I can't wait.
Man, this is going to get exciting, folks.
What do you think?
This is really going to get entertaining, guys. All right.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, that's for sure. But, you got Anthony Alfredo running 5th.
Let's go, Anthony.
So he's done a great job of getting back up there in that 78 car.
Parker Retzlaff.
Parker Retzlaff.
The Funkaway, number 31 there. Jordan Anderson Racing. So
Joe Grapp Jr. in the top 10.
So, Coleman, I know you make deals up there on the roof all the time with all the different spotters. What is the deal making going on right now, you think?
Hey, I missed that last throw from you guys just because I had my dealer's hat on.
You were making a deal.
I'm up here thinking right now, if those first 3 cars, I look at them as being single cars right now. Obviously, the 21 doesn't have a teammate. The 7 just hung the 8 out. If I'm the 7 and the 8, I'm going up to the 1 spotter, and I'm trying to be his best friend right now. That's my teammate. It's a teammate to each. Who's he going to choose on this choose?
Yep, it's a choose roll this time.
It's interesting, we see a couple guys on the flat. The 8 might be out of gas.
Yeah, I wondered that.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Josh Berry's off you.
We saw.
If it'll snow, we'll bring it back around.
We saw him beat the 7 on the pit road, but he was way out.
He was way out.
So they must have took less fuel. So this makes sense. But yeah, even I'd be nervous if I was the other guys too, because it's going to take a while for the 8 to get pushed back around. And the guys who came in and topped off.
You know who one of those is? The 78, Alfredo.
And Alfredo, yeah.
Hey, here's the other thing. After that cycle of stops,
oh
he
my
was
gosh,
leading,
this is
right?
going to get
Let a bunch of laps. Now the 21 has led a bunch of laps. Using more fuel there, right?
Yeah, burn more gas.
For sure.
Wow.
We talked about the move, making the move on the white
Never
flag
mind.
or the one before. It
Stalled
didn't
under
pay
caution.
off. Well, it kind of did. It gave Justin the position that he needed. Because if you get to that white flag and the wreck happens, it's game over. So he made it at the right time.
But hey, he runs out of fuel, and we haven't even received the 1 to go.
Yeah.
Where's everybody else? Because we get the 1 to go, 1 more caution lap, and then we got 2 laps of racing. So,
yeah, it's 46 laps since these guys last were on pit road. It's going to be
Here's
tight.
the new deal maker is the 78. Somebody's going to be talking to him.
We just got word The 7 of Justin Allgaier had a 1 second longer stop than the 8 of Josh Berry. I mean, a second of fuel in this situation is enormous.
I mean, I'm no engineer. I don't know the math on that. But
I'm not either.
Is it 5, 6, 7 more laps? I don't know. I need to text my crew chief.
Hopefully it's enough.
Yeah,
right? That's all that matters.
Josh Berry getting the push, but unfortunately, he's not going to be the driver that gets Junior Motorsports their 8th win at Daytona.
The Bass Pro Shop Chevy was fast tonight, too. I mean, those guys did a good job. You did a good job getting on pit road.
Here it is, the choose.
Yep, the choose roll this time. Yep.
Top 78 going with the 21.
I think it was an easy choice for the 1. Go with the 7. Obviously, the 7 is going to pick front row.
Oh, look
What?
out.
Oh,
Here's
no.
radio from the 7 on fuel.
Definitely a lot lower fuel pressure than I'd like, I'm going to be honest with you.
It's not a fun situation coming to the line with the whole field behind you.
No. And Austin Hill stopped on the same exact lap that Allgaier did. Same with Sam Mayer.
And he led that whole last run right there. So.
Yeah. Austin Hill could be nervous, too.
And Nemechek and Snyder, the Toyotas, and some of those Fords that are back there, they came, remember, on the next lap, that second lap in the cycle of green flag pit stops.
Just got to pay attention to the mirror just like you always do. 78 stays fully committed until the last corner. So you already knew that. If anybody does try to plug the
This
middle,
is
he's
gonna
going to
be
be going for
interesting.
that as well. So.
Like, if everyone runs out of gas, that would be incredible.
21 picked up a dancing partner, Anthony Alfredo. He ran some races for RCR, and it'll be cool to see how this all plays out.
It's going to be NASCAR overtime. This is a 2-lap shootout. If the leader takes the white flag, next flag would end the race, whether it be the caution or the checkers. But should we see the caution before the leader gets back around to the white, we would reset and do it all over again. And we've got unlimited attempts. And there are some unbelievable stories in the top 10. We've talked about Alfredo, Retzloff, Maya Snyder trying to win up there, Joe Graff Jr.
Get your timing.
Yeah,
I'm nervous. I'm nervous also for fuel, but the 21 doesn't have the best cars behind it. I feel like the bottom is the stronger lane, having the 7, the 1, the 20, and the 19.
I just want to see this interview if the
NASCAR
78
overtime.
car wins it. Alfredo, he's definitely going to be in tears. It's going to be cool. Let's see what they do here.
First attempt.
There you go. Great flag back in the air.
Here in Daytona.
Let's get to you again. You got to let them get to you. They're locked together underneath you.
We got
Push the 78 down. Coming to you with a break.
Golden.
Drag what you sit off the 70. He's
Greg
going to follow
Golden's
you.
out.
He's going to follow you.
I think the outside's more organized.
The outside lane
Put
is
your
doing a good
catching
job.
them on you. They're still locked together below you. Still locked together below you. Drag a little bit, separate by 1. You guys both have no help by 1. Still inside, even your help 2.
That's an all guy. He looks like he's going to clear
Still
him.
inside bumper.
Ooh, it's
30 seconds
close.
to the 78 now.
Oh.
Your half.
Oh, that's going to kill the top
Alfredo
lane.
sliding up.
Alfredo
He's going to cut off
slides.
Parker Kligerman, who's coming to the 48. Allgaier in control.
Allgaier
Now,
out
if I'm
front.
the 20, I'm going to go up to the middle here. I mean, you're going to
Or you have to go help
White
the
flag,
go
one to
help
go.
White flag. 1 lap remaining. Next flag ends the race. Is
Yep.
Allgaier too far out there?
He's
Look at
really
this.
far
Look at
out
Sam
there.
Mayer.
Check the
Big
next
gap.
time by.
Here comes Sam
21 has
Mayer.
no help
What a
right
win
now.
would be if he would
Who's
have
gonna get
win.
that first run? Here comes the 1.
Here comes Sam
Mayer's
Mayer.
never won
Oh.
this. There goes the 1 to the outside of his teammate.
Here comes
In the
Austin
middle
Hill
of the
3
21.
wide.
Oh,
Whoa.
my goodness.
Oh, there he
Back in his
goes.
turn.
Oh, up upside down. What the crap?
Caution is out. And now the question becomes,
The leader.
who was leading?
He upside
at the time
down.
of caution?
What the heck was that?
Oh my
It's a
goodness,
repeat of
second
last
straight
year.
year.
Sam Mayer back on his wheels. That's good.
We've had a
Upside down. You gotta be
spectacular
kidding me.
crash
Oh my
on the
gosh.
back straightaway on the final lap.
It's going to be interesting to see when that yellow flag flew.
Just like last year.
The
Oh my
momentum was
god.
definitely with the 21. I
Oh
just
my
don't know when it
God.
came out.
If
Yeah.
you remember
Oh
last
my
year,
god.
Austin Hill was racing with AJ Allmendinger when the caution came out.
Oh my
And
god.
now we look at Sam Mayer, and the AMR safety team is there.
48 took a lot of damage in that last melee on the backstretch.
What was that?
So, is it going to go? Is it timing lines or
No.
time of caution?
Oh my God.
Final
Hope
lap.
he's
Who's
okay.
leading at the time of
Wow.
caution.
Just like last year.
And obviously, we got the lights all around the speedway. We know we've got the flagmen, but they will timestamp this and go to exactly when they hit the button that created the caution. So they'll analyze this from every
Oh
angle.
my gosh.
TV is tied
What
to
was that
the
finish?
button. To me, the 21 had a pretty good run on the backstretch, but we'll see.
Are you biased at all?
Yeah, I mean, I was watching.
Hopefully
It
Sam
looked like
Mayer's
he just
okay.
got a nose, but we'll see.
Holy crap.
The one had to take the run.
The 7 had the
I don't know
block.
what else you do.
He could have got back down right here.
Yeah.
Cut
Little
in
bit
front
a
of the
late
21.
block and just kind of got swiped.
Oh,
I haven't seen at this point.
holy
I didn't see
crap.
the
The
20
air
yet.
underneath
There's
it.
the yellow
He's
line.
below the yellow line. So
I didn't even see the 20.
It looks like right
Wow.
here, the 7 is there.
See, that's the 21.
21
I was thinking,
noses
I wasn't
out.
even looking down here.
Oh.
But
I can't see the lights.
The
There the
light was
lights.
on there, but
I'd say it's the 21.
that's
It's the
so
yellow
late.
line rule. It's in effect.
Yeah.
You can't advance your position underneath the yellow
Who is
line.
it? Who is it that won?
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to look at, did he get forced below there? You know, did he just turn left? That's going to be good luck to the tower on this one.
This is going to be interesting. Wow, you got to be kidding me.
Now they've stopped the cars here just shy of the start-finish line. Austin Hill trying to win at Daytona for a second consecutive season to open the year in dramatic fashion.
He's got his left sides
Jeez.
right now below.
Holy crap. Sam Mayer. Hope he's okay. What was that?
Well, I will say
That's
this.
close.
If Allgaier loses it,
I think 21's in front.
if Allgaier loses it that way, right? I mean, think about the way he's lost races at Daytona. And we got word that NASCAR is still evaluating the video.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not in that situation right now.
Sam Mayer goes up the
How
block.
about we let
Well,
everybody
not up
get
the
a
block.
half a
Justin
gallon of
Allgaier
gas and we do it
does.
again.
And Sam Mayer goes on block, and you got to do what you got to do to win Daytona.
And we are hearing that Sam Mayer got out. So that's awesome news.
Yeah, Sam Mayer's okay. Thank God. Okay. He's okay.
Last year it was Myatt Snyder that went up and over on the final lap. This year it's Sam Mayer.
Yeah,
Parker
2
Ritzel, what a
consecutive
great
years in
run
a
for him.
row that we
Yeah,
haven't called a flip
in his
over.
first Speedway race at Daytona, the
The
Funkaway
air
Chevy
just
was
got underneath the
solid.
I would
one.
say right
and-
there. I mean, as soon as he gets upside down, from a safety perspective, even though we didn't see the lights, you're thinking caution. I think Allgaier's got a chance here, and who knows how quick they were to rule it and hit the button.
But is it the lights?
It's not the lights.
Oh, okay.
It is when they hit the button. So the lights are a nice gauge.
Yeah.
But the reality is the caution could have come out before that for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting what they say about the 7 and the 20. You know, it's kind of like they moved down together. That's going to be interesting. There's a lot of stuff going on there.
Holy
And I guess I'm saying
cow.
7 because I'm taking the 20 out of the equation just because
my
it was below the
God.
double yellow line. But as
Oh
you
my
said,
God.
maybe NASCAR
Kind
says
of got forced.
he's forced down there and we're not going to
Well, I'm sure he stayed.
enforce the rules.
Oh, he obviously said he got forced down there.
He's team forced. It's a crazy finish.
That was chaotic.
Luckily, that one didn't flip like like Myatt Snyder did last year.
Yeah.
And catch the fence.
Yeah, at least he didn't catch the
Unfortunately,
fence, so
he
that's
flipped.
good.
But I'm happy he didn't catch anything.
How many times, though, do you see the grass grab one of these vehicles and send it out of control? Here, the grass actually caught him and flipped him back onto all 4 tires. You know, the other thing we're so fortunate of, he's at the front of the pack, gets upside down, the pack's coming through, and no one cleans him out. That's where it gets, so scary in those
Good
situations.
heads up driving by everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sparks flying everywhere right here.
Yeah, watch when he gets to the
Yeah,
grass.
when he gets to
and
the
then
grass,
right
his
here,
car
it's
just
gonna
flipped back
catch it
over.
and send him back over.
The booth is still reviewing the finish.
You got all 3 guys waiting, window down on the 7. They're waiting.
I think they should all get out right now. Run to the line, and that's the winner.
Just Talladega Nights.
Who can run to the line the
That's
fastest?
a long run where they're sitting to the line. That would be worn out.
Speaking of which, this does remind me a little bit of what we experienced. Let's listen into Justin Allgaier here.
Whatever it is, that was fun, but
Yeah, great job, man. Great job all day today, Eddie. Perfect crew. Thank you, boys. Great job tonight. It just, man, we had a heck of a car.
Wow.
Yeah, they did. I mean, what can you say?
Holy
They did a
crap.
great job, and
You guys will
themselves out
probably
front in
see.
position to win
I'll
and
probably
still have a
upload another
shot.
video
They
reacting to the
might be
finish
the
of
winner.
this race.
This reminds me a little bit Talladega 2016 when Brennan Poole comes back and he actually takes the checkered flag. But there had been a caution. There it is.
Let's go!
They have reviewed the tape, and for a second,
Austin Hill wins.
Austin Hill wins the season opener at Daytona.
Back
Look at
to
Andy
back.
Street, the crew chief.
Wow. I knew he was going to do it.
Had radio trouble, had to go to the back. Drove all the way to the front, was really fast all night, and then ended up with.
Yep, there he goes. He's already doing his burnout.
6 inches. Not damage.
There he goes.
That's an up and down day that ended in a really high note. That's cool for them.
Wow. Great job, Austin Hill. You
He's
deserve it,
making
man.
sure it's going to be tough on those groundskeepers tonight for that Daytona 500 tomorrow.
Third career win.
Imagine if Austin Cindric wins tomorrow, and that will perfectly be a sweep from last year. Already, it's already a sweep from last year.
Daytona, and tonight he makes it back to back in the season opener. What
You
a
gotta be
finish,
kidding me. The
what a
finish?
race. What a superstar at Daytona Austin Hill is becoming.
What a story. He didn't get to qualify for the Daytona 500. How cool is this for Bennett? Bennett
Really
Trucking.
deserved
They
it.
supported him to try and make the Daytona 500. He missed it because he got in that wreck, and now he comes out there and gives him a huge race win in the Xfinity Series.
And how much does it say about him? It would be easy to lose your psyche.
Yeah.
He did. I mean, he was great yesterday in practice. Obviously good in qualifying today, winning the pole. Tons of adversity. But
Wow.
he puts it all behind him. And once again, Austin Hill will hoist the trophy at Daytona International Speedway.
He didn't even make the Daytona 500, so I guess this is a good redemption for him.
Again, what? You know what he's thinking, Ryan. He's already thinking about tomorrow.
Yeah.
Austin Hill wins. Congratulations.
Here you go, baby. Soak it in.
So,
Disappointment for Justin Allgaier once again at Daytona. For Richard Childress Racing,
Wow.
been so incredible at this place. It's their 8th win at Daytona.
what a finish.
Well, Austin Hill, back to back at Daytona. You had to work for this one at the end. You had a ton of teammates lined up behind you. It was single file for a little bit there, and then you guys got to dicing it up. How did you pull this one off?
I have no idea. I don't know. When I chose the outside line, I didn't feel like the inside line was that great all day for the most of the day, and I just wanted to choose the top. I knew the 78 would stay with me. He was pretty committed, and when I saw the 1 and the 7 get together, I went to go squeeze them, and the 1 came down. He started getting loose, and then you can't lift. I mean, it's last lap. I hope Sam's okay, man. I mean, that was a heck of a flip there, but yeah, as soon as the caution lights came on, I thought I had it, but I mean, it's so close. So to get back to back here at Daytona is really special.
That
That's
was
3 wins
just
for me
end
now.
of
2
the
in
lap.
the
It's just a race.
Xfinity,
What can you
1 in
do?
the
I
truck
mean,
here, and
it's the
I
last
can't thank
lap.
everyone at RCR. Our Bennett Chevrolet was so good, and it was as fast as Xfinity 10G tonight for sure. We came from the back 2 different times, so I hope everyone enjoyed it. It was such a blast. I had so much fun. We won at Daytona. Let's go!
Here with Justin Allgaier, you led 36 laps, a really good car here tonight. Needed just a little bit more. What could you have even done at the end?
Wow.
I've been
What a
short my
crazy
whole life,
finish.
so I guess it's just fitting. But really proud of everybody at Junior Motorsports. Our Chevy Camaros tonight were absolutely blazing fast, and obviously I'm glad Sam's okay. You know, he had a heck of a run there at the end, and I hated that Josh ran out of gas. Just really proud of everybody on our team. You know, this whole team has worked their guts out, and you know, to carry the brand 7 years, to have the platinum anniversary on the car, and to have the adversity that we had tonight. I mean, to go to the back and have that spin and just battle our way through. You know, it's crazy how fast our car was tonight and how good we were, you know, in traffic. Jim Pullman has done a fantastic job, and this whole 7 team. Just disappointed. You know, I thought I could get enough of a draft off of that A car
Well,
and maybe they couldn't catch me, but I just got
that's
too far
it for
out there.
this
And that was really all
race
it came down to. But
What
proud of
a
our team, proud of
crazy
everybody
finish.
at Junior
Gave me
Motorsports, obviously all of our
last
partners,
year vibes
Chevrolet,
very
Hendrick
quickly.
Engine Shop. I mean, just
Hope
really
Sam
proud
all right.
of the
I
effort
know
that
he's
we
out of
put
the
in. I
car,
think we got
but
a lot to walk
hopefully
out of
he's
here with our
okay.
confidence high, and we'll go on next week to California, and I think we'll be equally as fast.
Thanks, Justin.
Justin said it. His teammate Sam Mayer has been released from the care center. Final thoughts on today's race, guys?
Absolutely wild. I thought it was, amazing race all day. You
Well,
saw aggressiveness.
That's it for
you
this
saw
live race
Austin Hill
reaction.
be really,
Austin
really
Hill is
great
your
all
winner
day.
of
Justin
the
Allgaier. I mean,
Beef It's
everybody
What's for Dinner 300
was great all day.
Now
and
I'm
we
gonna
saw a
have
fantastic
my dinner,
finish.
Yeah,
so,
Daytona delivers in the end.
So,
Good luck to the two of you tomorrow
anyways,
in the Daytona 500.
and anyways,
We've got coverage for you. Race day tomorrow. Here Olympus 1 at 11, over to Fox at 1, the Great American Race at 2:30. Zane's.
so yeah, guys, that's it for this live stream. Austin Hill wins. Congratulations to him, and what a finish! What a finish this race. And yeah, I won't be doing Daytona 500 live reactions tomorrow. I'll be watching with family. So yeah, the Austin Hill wins back-to-back years of Daytona. Beef It's What's for Dinner 300 belongs to Austin Hill. Now I'm going to have my dinner. Wow. So, holy crap. What a finish, man. Wow. What a finish. What a finish to this race. Way better than last night's truck race. We have Zane Smith, the winner of last year's and this year's race. Austin Hill won the winner of this year's and last year's race. If Austin Cindric wins tomorrow's Daytona 500 for the second year in a row, which it's going to be rare if that happens. Well, Denny Hamlin was the last driver, my favorite driver, to win back-to-back, as you can see on my flag right up there. It's going to be hard, but imagine if that does happen. Oh, my God. It will be a repeat of last year. But, yeah, this finish was an exact not even an exact repeat, just a similar scenario on the final lap with the car flipping down the backstretch, Austin Hill getting the win, and, yeah, so that's it for this race. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 for this one. Really great race. I really enjoyed it. And anyways, this is Preston signing off. Congratulations to Austin Hill. Peace out, man. Peace out, y'all.